far away future.
Here we go. Hello, Moon Buns. How we all doing? I have a Nex. Nex is here.
Yes, there is a next.
There is a Nex. This is my voice cracks.
I mean, you're entitled to a voice crack here and there.
Just all the time. I like how you're talking to me, but you still do the scream.
Of course I do. Why wouldn't I?
You have to.
Where would you be if I didn't put the emojis in chat?
Right? Well, I really can't read right now. I misread Pog as poo.
Well...
Hello, friends.
We've got Alexander, Rayner, Beck, Laren,
G-Night.
Frownatic. Yep, May, G-Night, Honeybun Studio, Bob Ross Gaming, Snoozy, Reprisal.
Snoozy.
We've got a lot of people.
Hi, Snoozy. Where's the Zavy fan art, Snoozy? Where is it? I know you have it. I know you're hoarding it.
To be fair, that's Zavy fan art from last night, though.
Oh, that was nice. It was really nice.
I saved immediately to my simp folder.
Good, as you should. I showed it to literally everybody. I slapped it in personal chats. I slapped it in the YouTube Discord server. I was just like, look at it.
Yeah, it was gorgeous.
Man, I am tired today. My voice is really low.
It's okay.
Oh no, not again. Snoozy, I will do this until you show me the things that you promised to show me.
I have money on my PayPal to send for a super chat.
I have not forgotten.
We want all the snazzy arts.
We do. We really do.
Oh, okay, so Honey Bun Studio is Mushy Muffin.
Ah, okay.
Did you see the snoozy comment I just did?
I did see that, and I can read that one because it's in all caps.
There we go.
Yep. But yeah. So hi guys, I guess I have a story to tell you because the title says it all.
Oh boy, what a story.
Oh man, yeah. Next was chatting with me along a few. I can't. Blah, 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 blah. It was exhausting.
I tried so hard.
All right. So, the other day, I was leaving work, and as you guys know, I work at a theme park, and theme parks tend to have fireworks. But there's a certain area that I have to walk out of that is directly under where the fireworks are being shot off. And this happens at like multiple parks. Because they have like the big fireworks, but then they also have like the smaller ones that are I guess you could call them the accentuator fireworks because they, you know, accentuate the performance, and those get launched off of the top of buildings in the theme park that for some reason they still let people walk past. And so
this seems like an oversight.
It does. And so I was leaving during the fireworks, and I looked up for a split second, and immediately there's just like pain in my right eye, and I'm like, oh god, fuck, oh, that hurts. And so I have to turn myself around and walk all the way back to first aid, and I'm like, hey, I got fireworks stuff in my eye, can I just use your like your eye wash station? And they were like, sure, here's our sink, but I'm gonna give you a little cup of saline instead. Just stick your eye in it and, like, blink quickly. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I do that, and I'm like, okay, I think it's better. And, they're like, alright, cool. You're good to go. Just go home. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I leave, and I think I'm fine. And, I wake up the next morning, and I'm like, wow, my eye hurts. It still feels like there's something in it for some reason. And I get up, and I can feel that my eye kind of feels swollen too, and I look over in the mirror, and I'm like, I look fine, and then I pulled down my lower lid, and it's completely red, and there's like this weird yellow mark that almost looks like a blister on my eyeball. And I'm like, oh, great. So I go to work, because when stuff happens with workman's comp, you have to, like, clock in first, and then you have to tell them, and then they have to, like, send you out. So I go to work, I clock in, I tell my coordinators, and I'm just like, hey, something happened to my eye last night, and they were like, what? And I told them what happened, and they were like, oh god, and I pulled down my eyelid, and they were like, oh god, let's go, just go see the workman's comp people. And I'm like, okay. So I go, I talk to workman's comp, they look at my eye, and they're like, oh, we're gonna send you to urgent care. And I'm like, okay. And they're like, cool, we can shuttle you so you don't have to drive, but the shuttle's not gonna be here for an hour. And I'm like, okay. So I'm sitting there waiting for the shuttle. Shuttle finally comes. So my my shift was a very long shift. It was like 10 hours long. And so it started at about 10 o'clock. And I finally get to the urgent care at noon. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, they quoted me 2 to 3 hours. That's about normal. Okay, cool. So I'm sitting there, and they've got Lord of the Rings playing. It's the first one, Fellowship of the Rings, and I'm like, sweet, I can just text and watch Lord of the Rings, and then they should call me in. That's not what happened. I was sitting there in limbo for so long, and this place closed at like 6. They did not pull me into the back until 5:30. So I was sitting there for 5.5 hours waiting to be called back, you know, with shit in my eye. And so I finally get called in, and they're like, we're so sorry, we only have one doctor right now. And I'm like, okay. And so, like, the nurse comes in, she's super sweet, and she's like, you know, here, let me look at your eye. I pulled on my eyelid, and she literally goes, oh, baby, they cut you, what happened? And I tell her what happened. I tell her about the other injuries I've gotten at theme parks, and she's like, so, no more theme park work for you, you need to find another job. And I'm like, yeah, kinda. And so, she walks out, and she's like, the doctor will be here soon, and I'm like, okay. And so I'm trying to prep myself. I haven't eaten, by the way. Keep in mind, I haven't eaten since 8:30 in the morning, and it is coming up on 6 p.m. at this point. And I'm like, I'm really hungry. I'm just kind of sitting here dying right now. And the doctor finally walks in. And it is a little old lady who kind of looks like she's too old to be working anymore. And I'm like, oh no. So she gets me up on the table, because I was just sitting in a chair. And I'm just like, oh god, what's gonna happen? So she starts looking in my eye. And I'm like, okay, this is fine. For context, I don't like people touching my eyes. I don't like things touching my eyes. I hate it. I can't stand it. So she comes up and she has me take off my glasses. She's looking at my eyes. And then she actually grabs my upper eyelid, hooks her thumb under it, and pulls it up. And I'm just like, ah! I'm literally trying not to kick her, because I hate it so much. And she's poking, she's prodding, she's looking at my eye. And then she goes, I need the lamp. And she calls the nurse over, and she's like, can you get the lamp? And she makes me lay down. And she starts pouring this fluorescent fluid in my eye, and then pulls up this lamp, which is a blacklight lamp. So she turns off the light, she puts this blacklight lamp over my eye, and she starts looking into it. She accidentally pokes me in the eye, in the area that hurts, as she's trying to poke around in there. She's pulling down my lid. She does the same thing again, where she hooks her thumb underneath my top lid and, like, yanks it up. And the whole time, like, I'm literally, like, leg kicking and just, like, squirming on the table. And I think she's getting, like, annoyed with me, and I'm like, look, I'm sorry, I'm trying my best to stand still. I can't stand this. And she finally, like, pulls away, and then she puts water in my eye to wash out the fluorescent stuff. And then she, like, has me sit up, and she looks at it with one more thing, and she's just like, yeah, there's a cut on your eye. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? All of that stuff just to tell me the same thing the nurse told me for looking at it for 2 seconds. And then she's just like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna go write you a prescription for some antibiotics to, like, their eye drops, so that, your eye doesn't get infected. And I'm gonna give you a couple restrictions. I'll be right back. And I'm like, Okay. Yeah, she was wearing gloves. I could see that comment at least. She was wearing gloves.
Yeah, there's been a lot of commentary on, oh my god.
Yeah. So she comes back. She gives me my prescription, which, by the way, at this point, everything's closed. It's not like I can even get that prescription. And she sends me out, and she sends me with restrictions that are, so I run rides, which means you have to be able to see everything. You have to be able to concentrate on safety. And she literally hands me a paper that, I shit you not, says no work in needing good eyesight. That is the restriction. No work needing...
Oh, you didn't tell me that part.
Yes, no work needing good eyesight, no bright lights. If you have to be out in the sun, wear sunglasses, and no, what was it? It was like no fog or, something effects, like fog or, like, lighting effects, basically. And I'm like, cool, that means I can't do literally anything. And so,
wow.
like, yeah, and so... they finally get me back to my location at 7:15 p.m. And I find my coordinator, and I'm like, well, here's my restrictions. Can I go home? And they're like, yeah, go home. And I'm like, okay, cool. I have a shift tomorrow. I can't do anything. And they were like, we'll figure it out tomorrow. And I was like, okay, cool. That sucks, but alright. So I leave. I come back the next day, and they're basically just like, just go home. Oh my god, just go home. Because we were literally trying to figure out, like, if I could possibly be, like, stuck in a singular position, or if, like, if an accommodation could be made, and there was no accommodation that could be made, so they were like, just go home. You're off for the next couple of days anyway. And I'm like, okay, bye. What? And that is the story of, how I got firework fallout in my eyes. I went and saw another doctor. They approved me to go back to work. My eye is much better now, but we're basically just being better safe than sorry by, like, not playing a game today. But yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that was, that sucked.
Yeah, that's just... like, I can't imagine... Because I was sitting there trying to, like, distract you the entire time and have some sort of conversation with you. And I just remember the one message you sent me where it was, like, 3 hours later, and you're like, oh, I just realized I haven't been sending you updates. There's no updates.
Yeah! Literally, like, nothing had happened.
Honey Bun Studio, I can't remember what the other name is, says, do you get paid for not working since you did get hurt while at work?
Yes, if it is workman's comp, then yes. Oh, I just realized I wasn't playing music. What's wrong with me? This whole time, I was like, I'm gonna start playing music in my streams to fill in the dead space, and I wasn't playing the music for that whole thing. Hold on, I can do that while we're chatting.
No worries. And also, I probably should turn on my Spotify so I have some kind of background noise myself.
Well, I have to get through my history through all of these roller skating videos because, fun news, fam, I bought myself roller skates. So I've been watching videos on how to roller skate so I don't look fucking stupid when I get to a rink.
Oh, okay. Honey Bun's other name is Mushi. I completely forgot.
Mushi.
I should just remember that it's like the mushrooms in Minecraft.
I was gonna say, just remember that's kind of like how you say hello on the phone in Japan. Moshi. But it's Mushi.
Oh, it is.
Mm-hmm. Where the heck did that video go? There's one particular artist that I really like, and then I can add in the credit after the video's done, because they're just like, yeah, you can play this during your streams, just say that I did it, and I'm like, cool, I like this person.
There's actually been a lot of really good musicians that have talented, that are, like, super talented, and they have the same, where it's just credit me, link back to it, etc.
Mm-hmm.
I love the providers like that.
Yeah, this one is, White Bat Audio. And I like it because they do a lot of like synth wave and chill wave, and that's what I really, really like. Let me just make sure that, actually I think that they can barely hear it, so I'm gonna turn it up a tiny bit more if it'll stop freezing. But yeah, so this is I really like this person's work. There we go, that's a pretty good audio level. Everybody let me know if it's too loud or not high enough. But yeah, so I'll just throw their credit in at the end when I can edit things again.
Sounds good. Alexander wants to know if it's blades or skates.
Skates. I do not trust myself on rollerblades. I have terrible balance, and so I do better on quads from what I remember from skating as a kid.
Very reasonable. May the Bear says, Calen, do you know how to cook?
I do. I don't cook a lot, but I do know how to cook. I make really good soups.
Soup is amazing, especially when you can make like a large amount at a time and then freeze some of it for later.
All right, I'm squinting.
Cowgirl wants to know what your roller skates look like.
Okay, so actually it is a very specific brand called Impala roller skates because they're, they have a sale going on right now where they're only like $60. That's the thing, a really good pair of roller skates, like for beginners, will start you at about $100 and they go up to about like $300. Never trust like the cheap ones from like Dick's Sporting Goods or anything like that because those will fuck you up. They're not safe. I've been doing an intense amount of research. But yeah, they are the Impala roller skates and they are, hold on, actually I can probably just pull up the link and drop it in chat. They're really cute, like pastel rainbow.
Oh, did you decide to go with the pastel ones?
I did, because out of all the ones that I liked, there were only 2 colors that I liked left that were either in stock or in stock in my size. And the pastel rainbows were one of them, and then it was a pink color, and I was like, well, I've been eyeing the pastel ones, so I'm just gonna go for those. So let me just bloop that link in chat. Those are the roller skates that I bought.
Everyone's saying the volume is good on the audio.
Okay, cool. But yeah,
Lost Kid asks, have you had any other theme park injuries?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Oh god, let me go through the list. I got an infection on my hand from, water ride water. I got hit on the head by a guest, which caused a concussion, which actually has left permanent damage. I pulled my back during an evacuation. I had someone send a ride vehicle while I had one leg in it and one leg out of it, and I kind of went surfing. That was terrifying. Let's see, I had someone run me over with an ECV, which is a scooter. It's a motorized scooter. What else happened? Oh yeah, I had someone run into my ankle, with their wheelchair, like literally right in my Achilles tendon, and then I fell and I bashed my knees into the floor, and I actually couldn't walk for like 3 months properly because I bruised the inside of my knee so badly. Yeah, I've gotten a lot of theme park injuries.
See, I've heard some of your stories of the injuries, and, like, I hate, like, finding them amusing or laughing at them, but at the same point, some of them, in retrospect, just sound so ridiculous for how you got injured.
They are. I mean, also, like, another story that, like, it was horrible at the time, like, I basically had a mental breakdown was, Thanksgiving one year when I was working parade audience control. Like, so much stuff, just, like, one after the other, just, like, kept happening, and it was, like, one of the worst days of my life. Like, I literally got to the point where I looked at my, my coordinators, and I was like, I need to go home now, and they were like, yeah, okay, and I, like, left.
Beck says, thoughts on the Taco Bell pizza?
I haven't had it.
Yeah, I think I've had it once. Personally not the biggest fan, but also I'm a stickler for lettuce stuff.
They took away my Taco Bell.
Oh, that's right, you were telling me about that.
There's a Taco Bell that's, like, directly on my way home, or there was a Taco Bell that was directly on my way home, and I'm so upset because, like, literally Mango and I went to New York and we came back and it was just gone. Like, they gutted it. Like, there's nothing.
Lost Kid says, "Holy macaroni! How did you even survive, Calen?"
I don't know. I don't know how I survive from day to day half the time with the kind of stuff that happens at theme parks, but admittedly, it's just kind of like, I... Theme parks have a weird addictive quality to them where like you go, wow, I'm getting treated like shit, I really want to leave, I want to go somewhere better, but at the same time, like, in a weird sort of way, there is no place that's better, because like at the very least, like, all this crap happens, but like, you know, you get to get into theme parks for free. You're in a place that like not everyone gets to like see the backside of. I look for any reason to run through the ride track, and like a lot of us, like, if you close a ride, they'll have you do like a run through of either in the morning or at night. Like, you'll do like a run through of the ride track, and I'm always just like, me, I want to go, me. But like I have left before and gone and done other things, but it's just kind of like anything that I do is entry level because I don't have any other skills, so I always just kind of like wind up back at theme parks.
Honestly, that's fair enough. And honestly, whenever you and I talk about the theme parks that you've worked at and the ones that you do work at, it's just, you know, you have a passion for the theme park work.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily the customers or any of that, but you just love the theme parks themselves.
I do. That's the thing. If I actually could do like an overnight job where I could be in there running around with no guests, I'd be so happy.
Nighttime security.
Let me just lay down, you know, on the floor of the ride track and just like stare at the animatronics and just live my best life.
Yeah. Honestly, that does sound like it would be something cool. If I didn't have a paralyzing fear of heights, I would probably enjoy running along the tracks.
Well, it depends on what ride it is. Not all the rides have tracks up high. So
oh, okay.
You would probably benefit from working at an Omnimover ride, which is the ride system that's like, let me see, my best comparison of an Omnimover is something like, think Haunted Mansion. Because I'm trying to think of something that literally everybody will know. Everybody knows Haunted Mansion. So that is a ride that has a moving walkway, a little moving walkway at the entrance and at the exit, and the ride technically never stops moving. It just kind of goes along its little track. So that is like the best example I can give of an Omnimover ride. So that way you get like that time on the belt. So you get to like walk. I used to work one of the other Omnimover rides, and I loved that. I loved spending time on the belt. That's when I was a size 4. I was in such good shape. Because, you know, for up to like 45 minutes, you're walking on that belt, and then you'll rotate, but you could always be on that belt again later. And like, people step on and off of the ride, like, while it's moving, and those do not have up-high tracks. It's all, like, some sort of level. In fact, the only one I know of, that has, like, quote-unquote heights is, Spaceship Earth, but that one also, like, it's still, like, level surfaces. It's not like you can, like, see down from things. It's just, like, it's like you're going up a hill. So, Omnimover is definitely something that, like, you could do if you were working a ride.
Definitely sounds like I could. By the way, everyone in chat is worried about you.
Oh, hi. I'm okay. Let me squint here. I didn't realize working at theme parks were so dangerous. Yeah? Oh yeah, no, working at a theme park can be very dangerous if you, if either you are not being careful enough or if your coworkers are not being careful enough, and that's the thing. I've had multiple cases where my coworkers were the ones who were not being careful enough. Like, I've been doing this for so long now, it's basically like second nature. But unfortunately, some people do reach a point where they hit like complacency and they're not thinking anymore. And so like the girl who sent the ride vehicle while I was half in it and half out of it, she was so spacey. She was never focused. And if you can't focus on like the moment, theme park, like ride work rather, like working on a ride is not for you. And so like she literally like did not comprehend that she had sent me in the ride. Like, I screamed when she sent it. Like, they heard me upstairs. And she did not realize she did it until I looked her in the eye and went, "What are you doing?" And then she hit the ride stop. And I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And then I climbed out and I kind of limped away. And I pulled my knee when that happened, actually.
Cassie wants to know, do you have to wear an eye patch with your eye right now?
No, actually, I do not. They were basically just like, stay out of the sun. And I was like, okay.
Fair enough.
Yeah. It wasn't to the extent that I would have to completely, like, keep it, covered up. It was, because thankfully the injury is on the lower portion of my eye. It's basically completely healed at this point, which is good. We're just being better safe than sorry, by not playing a game right now. But it's mostly covered by the lower lid, because basically something got into my eye, it got under the lower lid, and then it scratched, down there.
Mushi says, don't you, like, check to make sure everyone is secured before starting?
So what happened there was, I was not getting in the ride to ride the ride. I was getting into it to clean it. So we, at that particular ride, we would show up early in the morning and, like, pull things out of the boats. And, so we were doing that. The other two girls that were ahead of me finished, and this girl was only paying attention to those girls. She wasn't paying attention to me, so she sent it even though I was only half done, which is why I was half in the the ride vehicle and half out of it. So, like, it wasn't, like, there weren't guests there. It was, like, before we opened. But yeah, we do always make sure that people are secure and, like, have their lap bars down or their seatbelts on or whatever it is, like, whatever ride it is. We do make sure they're secure before we send it. This girl literally just wasn't paying any fucking attention.
Yeah, that definitely sounds dangerous to have with... just to have a coworker that does that sort of stuff and doesn't focus at all.
Yeah.
Alice would like to know, and I don't know how much you know about the Owl House because I don't think you've seen it.
I haven't seen it at all.
Okay, do you know anything about the covens?
Nope.
Okay, we're gonna skip that question then. May wants to know, if you had an infinite budget on Amazon, what would you buy?
Oh, man. If I had an infinite budget on Amazon, I would actually redo everyone's furniture in the household. Because, we all have, like, basically crazy mismatch furniture because we basically get whatever we can get when we can get it. And so, like, none of my furniture matches in color. I've done a pretty good job of color matching most of it. It's all kind of like a lightly colored wood, but you can still tell that it's all different. Mango is sleeping on a couch, so I'd probably get them, like, a little bed. Corv also doesn't have a bed, but that's because he has gastroesophageal reflux disease, which means he can't lay down properly. So he's just been sleeping in a recliner this whole time, so I would definitely get a whole bunch of, like, organization stuff, and I would get a whole bunch of, like, furniture, and I would redo everything in the kitchen so that we have, like, cute matching, like, kitchen sets, and get, like, organization stuff for the kitchen, because we just kind of live in a permanent mess. So that's definitely something I would start with. I don't know what else I would do, but that's, like, literally the first thing that would come to mind.
Honestly, not a bad way to go.
Mm-hmm. I would probably get better computer stuff, too, for streaming and video editing.
Oh, that would also be awesome.
Yeah, because I could just have, like, one computer instead of having two laptops.
Yeah, though I have noticed that a lot of the more professional, like, gaming YouTubers actually work with two computers because they'll game on one and then use a capture card to put it onto the other as an encoding PC.
Ah.
So that way, if anything happens with the computer, it's not going to screw up the stream.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Yeah. Frownatic asks, are you just unlucky, or do all theme park workers get injured like you?
I'm very unlucky. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't think I know anybody who's been injured as many times as I have. I've also worked at lots of different locations, though. Like, a lot of different locations, because I kind of, and this is due to the anxiety that I have, and also, Mango's theorizing that I also definitely have imposter syndrome. I kind of hit a point, anywhere between 6 months and a year after being in a location where I start kind of freaking out a little bit and being like, I need to move. I don't know why, but I need to move. I constantly need to flip from location to location. So I've worked at a lot of locations, and something happens at every location.
Yeah, that's always fun.
Yeah. Such is the
Everyone's
life.
suggesting a Zavy wall if you had an unlimited Amazon.
I mean, I have
list.
the starting of the Zavy wall. So, I actually got these really cute fairy lights that look like they're pieces of amethyst that go around it. I need more images. But yeah, no, Zavy, I could definitely put together a Zavy wall with unlimited Amazon. It would look a lot nicer.
I'm not 100% sure I understand how Mushi worded this. I have seen fics where the main character goes into the burnt Pizzaplex and salvages one of the bots. Do you think Fazbear Inc. would sue for it back or pay them to keep them away?
Oh, I see what they're asking. Okay, so they're saying that, like, somebody did, I've actually seen a similar thing, actually, where somebody goes in, they salvage a bot, they take it home with them. That's what they're saying, is that they take the bot home.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so, they're trying to see if Fazbear Inc. would sue to take it back, or pay them to keep it away. They definitely wouldn't pay them, because Fazbear Inc. is cheap as fuck. So...
Oh, yeah.
Either they would sue to get it back, or they would just turn a blind eye, I feel like. But I feel like they're much more likely to want the property back, because then they would probably be under the assumption of, oh, you're going to be using our property to make money, even if that's not what's going on, because obviously most of the fics where this happens, it's like a shippy fic.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Victory asks, do you have many or few quote-unquote annoying coworkers?
It depends on the location. The location that I'm currently at, there's only 2, which, it's not that they're annoying, it's just that, like, on my breaks, I like to be left alone, and neither of them, handle social cues very well, so they'll continuously talk at me, and one of them, like, I have AirPods now, and I put in my AirPods, and he continued to try and talk to me, even though I had my AirPods in, and so, like, I need my breaks as, like, a recharge time, because, when you spend time with that many people who don't listen to you, it's just, like, you need a minute, and so, like, I feel bad, because I don't want to be like, ugh, they're so annoying, because obviously it's like they're legitimately just having trouble reading social cues, but at the same time I'm just like, leave me alone. You know?
Oh yeah, 100%. And Bob Ross Gaming asks, what is Imposter Syndrome?
Okay, so Imposter Syndrome is basically like when you do like anything, if you go into a new job, or if like you're an artist and you're trying to like get out there and like get your work seen and stuff like that, it can be akin to like anything where you start to get the feeling of, I don't belong here, they're gonna know that I don't belong here, they're gonna know that like I'm not good enough to be here. It's basically like that, or it could literally, it's literally just the feeling of, like, not belonging. Like, I shouldn't be here. That's Imposter Syndrome, and it usually can go along with, like, you just not feeling like you're good enough. But, like, it can be slightly different for everybody, too, but that's, like, the easiest way to try and explain it, is that.
Yeah. And there are so many nuances to Imposter Syndrome as well. Most people attribute it to, oh, I'm doing okay, but this person's better.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's mostly comparison sorts of things as well, is another way it manifests. I think everyone to some degree has Imposter Syndrome.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is when it comes to mental illnesses and disorders, it's considered, in psychology, it is considered a quirk until it starts to actually make it so that you can't function, basically. If it's affecting your day-to-day life, then it's a disorder. If it's not affecting your day-to-day life and you can just kind of handle it, it's considered a quirk. It's weird. Psychology's weird.
Psychology is extremely weird.
Mm-hmm. I do definitely experience the imposter syndrome constantly, when I'm, like, actually trying to do, like, work with Doof and Reed, because I'm just like, oh my god, these people are amazing, and I'm just me, and they're so great and professional, and how the hell am I working with them? And, like, we're obviously, like, we're friends as well, but it's just, like, when it comes to the work aspect, I'm just like, how the fuck did I do this? Why, I don't belong here. And that is a case of imposter syndrome.
Tom101 says, have you seen Venture Brothers? And I know the answer to this.
I have not, but I do love Dr. Girlfriend.
Mm-hmm. Dr. Girlfriend is amazing.
Mwah, chef's kiss, perfection. She can kick my ass any day.
Saucer Sauce, they repeated the question, but I'm gonna ask it anyway just because it's a general question.
Mm-hmm.
What's this music?
Okay, I'm gonna add the link into the description later, but for right now, I will actually just grab you guys the link. This is it's called Chill Synth / Synthwave / Chillwave Mix Neon Paradise by White Bat Audio. Let me just bloop. Yeah, I started playing it in the middle of the stream, or not, like 20 minutes into it rather, so I didn't have the chance to edit it into the description yet, but I'll be giving them their credit once we're done, once I can edit the video without possibly making it like freeze.
I forgot I had Spotify playing and couldn't figure out why I heard Bo Burnham in my ears. Whoops. Snoozy says, no matter how you feel though, Cal, we all know you're friggin' awesome.
Aw, thank you.
And Tom agrees that Dr. Girlfriend is amazing.
Yay. I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Miss Victory asks, what is your favorite genre for movies?
Oh, that's hard. I've been on a huge fantasy kick lately. I really like fantasy and sci-fi a lot. I love horror movies. I do like comedies, but I feel like comedies definitely like have to be done correctly in order for me to enjoy them. I'm not into like all comedy. So yeah, we're just gonna go with fantasy, horror, and sci-fi. I especially love when people like mix those together. I like it a lot. Like I was actually I was talking to, I think it was Reed and Doof yesterday actually, and like my top 5 comfort movies are oh god, I hope I don't forget on the spot, because now I'm just like, oh no, I'm on the spot. So The Mummy, the 1999 version, not the shitty 2017 version. So The Mummy, The Fifth Element, The Road to El Dorado, Labyrinth, and why am I forgetting the 5th one? Uh-oh. I can't remember. Shit. There was a 5th one.
Ruh-roh.
Tank Girl, there we go, Tank Girl. How could I forget Tank Girl? Which is not a good movie, but it's still a lot of fun for me, and it's like one of the only positive memories that I have involving my mom. Those are my top 5, like, comfort movies.
Sorry, I have been copy and pasting questions, so I'm finding which one we were just on.
It's okay.
Ah, okay. Saucer Sauce asks, what's your favorite type of cookie?
Oh, white chocolate macadamia nut cookies. Hands down.
Oh, twinning!
Yay!
Twinning, that's my favorite!
I love those. I used to...
So where I'm...
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Where I'm from, we actually have a fundraiser for the schools called Joe Corby's Pizza, and attached to it is Grandma Corby's.
Mm.
And actually, I'm very sorry, give me 1 second. So with Joe Corby's and Grandma Corby's, they have the white chocolate macadamia nut, but they sell it as like cookie dough. Ooh. So I would always buy it and just eat the straight dough.
Oh, I don't blame you. That sounds good. Ugh. All right. More questions?
Yes. Douglas would like you to fuse 2 clowns to make your dream clown.
Oh, God. See, the thing is, I kind of did that with Zavy, though. When I was making Zavy, I took a lot of inspirations from, like, a bunch of different, adoptables that I really, really liked on DeviantArt, but that had already been sold. So, I was like, okay, well, this hairstyle from this one, but a different color, and, like, this aspect of this one, and this aspect of this one, and I like 4 arms, and so, like, that's how I build characters sometimes. Like, you actually watched me building a new character, which these guys are gonna get to see in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, if I have to answer the question, it's fuse the new one with Zavy.
Ah!
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoy the new one. I can't
really
wait
like
until you debut. Yeah. I can't wait till you debut them.
Yeah, I feel like everyone's gonna be very excited about them. I really like how they're. I gotta get on finishing their design, honestly. But yeah.
Beck would like to know, what is your favorite type of fan fiction to read or write, or both?
Oh god, I haven't actually like read fan fiction in a long. Oh my god, I have a story to tell you. Uh,
Oh boy, these are the sounds of an excellent story coming up.
um, so the main type of fan fiction that I've been writing recently, I'm not even gonna lie to you, it's smut fan fiction for a friend. I need to start getting into other stuff though. But so okay, I was sitting with Frazzy while Frazzy was working on the panels for the animatic, and I have to be very careful about phrasing of this because this is all not safe for work, severely not safe for work. And so, they suggested something of, one of their characters and Zavy of a very particular kink, and I was like, what is that? And they were like, I don't know how to describe it, so I was like, I'm just gonna Google it. And they were like, yeah, you just Google it. So I looked it up, and I was like, oh, okay, it's that. And, I scroll down, and there is a description for a Harry Potter fanfiction. And I'm like, what is this? And I read the description, and I'm like, oh my god, what is this? So I click on it, and it brings me to Archive of Our Own, and it takes me just to, like, the tag overall, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna have to. I literally was so curious about this. I searched through Archive of Our Own until I found it, and then I was like, oh my god, this is terrible. It's literally like this girl who's like marrying Draco Malfoy, but then also like his dad wants her, and it's like I'm not gonna get into it because there's a lot of details I can't say on stream. So then I was like, this one sounds awful. What else is there? So I start scrolling through, and Frazzy's like, oh my god, are you seriously? And I'm like, I'm just scrolling through now. And I scrolled until I found one that was like, this sounds hilarious, but it's entirely in Japanese, because all I could read were the tags. And I was like, what is this? And I scrolled down a little bit further, and they had it in English. And I was like, oh. And then I suddenly was like, Frazzy, should I read this out loud? And they were like, if you want to. And so I never knew that this was going to be a level of friendship that I was going to reach with Frazzy, where they were working on stuff and I was reading smut fanfiction out loud about Hermione and Draco Malfoy doing the do on a bus.
Wow.
And I had to keep stopping because both of us were like, why is this actually good? That was the worst part. I was expecting it to be like a horrible fan fiction where like I was gonna have to keep stopping the reading because the person's phrasing was making me feel like I had a stroke. But like it was legitimately written well.
So here's the thing. When I was in, oh god, was it high school or middle school? I think it was like the end of middle school. I used to write smut all the time, and my friends, we would like pass it around the lunch table and they'd all read it and judge it, and judge me for the smut that I wrote. And so eventually when we got into high school and we would hang out, they would find the most horrendous smut novels, or we would co-write the most horrendous ones, and they would ask me if I would dramatic read the worst smut they could find. They had me do a dramatic reading of My Immortal, for instance.
Oh my god.
So, like, it's, like, so much of that, and it's so fun when you are at that level of friendship that you can do that.
It's great. I actually still remember the very first, fan fiction that had smut in it that I ever read. Actually, it was the first fan fiction I'd ever read in general. It was a Yu-Gi-Oh! Fan fiction called Charlie's Hikaris. So basically my friend who went by the name Yasha, showed me, hey, if you go into the library, you can print out fan fictions from the library computers. You basically do copy and paste the entire thing into a Word document. You make it the smallest text possible, and then you also put it in double columns, so that way if a teacher walks up behind you, they can't read it. And she literally just randomly, she found this one. I don't remember why it was this one, I think it was because she was like, what anime? And I just said Yu-Gi-Oh! She printed it out for me, and she just handed it to me, and I had no idea what I was in for. And I was sitting in class, and I started reading it, it started getting spicy, and I was like, whoa. That was the first fanfiction I ever read, Charlie's Hikari's. I think it might still be up on fanfiction.net, actually, because I looked it up a couple years later, because when I was reading it, it wasn't finished. And then they wrote the end later.
That sounds hysterical.
Mm-hmm.
God, the first one I read, I think it was a weird Sesshomaru and Kagome one. I don't know or understand how it was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
I actually am still friends with the author of that fanfic.
Oh my god.
And they actually, before either of us knew like adoptables were a thing, this was like years before adoptables hit the scene, they actually gave me one of their characters from the series because I fell in love with him so much.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, next question. May the Bear says, if your streams were a TV show, what show would it be?
Wait, what? I don't understand the context of that question. May, can you clarify?
Yeah, once there's a clarification, I'll let you know.
Yeah, we can move on to the next question.
Frownatic says, if you were in the Avatar world, what element would you bend?
Oh, God. Honestly, judging from my emotions, it would probably, and the fact that I'm a Leo, it would probably be fire. I would prefer to be a waterbender, but I'm pretty sure that, like, if I actually take everything into consideration with me, I would probably be a firebender.
Fair enough, honestly. Ida says, if you could live in any show or movie, which one would it be?
Oh, that's hard. Because there's hyperfixations, bruh. I can't pick just one, because it's like, on one hand, I'd be like, ha, hell of a boss. On the other hand, I'd be like, Sonic! Those are definitely the two things that are the most prevalent in my room. Yeah, I'd probably say one of those two. Some form of Sonic context, or probably hell of a boss.
Yeah, not bad, honestly.
Yeah.
Lost Kid says, are you going to create any villainous characters? This was when we were talking about the new one.
So for this particular project, no one's really a villain or a hero. They're kind of just trying to exist. I have created villainous characters in the past, though. I don't know if I should talk about him, though, because unfortunately he covers themes that are very, very skeevy and uncomfortable, and that is the point, is the thing that he does is very, very bad, and it's supposed to be bad. Like, I'm not glorifying it, I am villainizing it, but do you remember
This is the one I know about.
Yeah, Dimitri? Yep. Yeah, we're not gonna get into him.
I remember Dimitri.
Yeah, we're not gonna get into him, but I have Dimitri, and he's literally the biggest piece of shit that I have. He's definitely a villain.
Yep.
Yeah, that is a hefty story.
It's a hefty story that will never come out on stream because you will probably be banned from YouTube.
Yeah.
Let's see. Robot Revel says, none is a valid answer, but what is your favorite dystopian / not the best place setting?
That would probably be Tank Girl. Again, the movie is not great. There is a whole comic series, actually, and the art, for the original portions of the comics that came out was actually done by the same guys who did the art for Gorillas. I got one of the books while I was at the comic book store with Mango 2 days ago, and it's the last book that Jamie worked on, I believe. But yeah, I really love the dystopian aspect of Tank Girl, actually, where it's just kind of like they're all fighting for their lives, they're fighting for water, they wear whatever they can find, so there's like some really weird but really fun like fashion choices. Like, I love that world.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I need to watch Tank Girl.
We'll watch it together.
Okay,
I love that movie. It's terrible. I love it.
Gururu Girl says, what was your favorite and least favorite book your high school made you read?
I don't really remember least favorite, actually, because whatever I didn't like, I just kind of zoned out. I loved The Great Gatsby. I adored The Great Gatsby. So when they came out with the movie with Leonardo DiCaprio in it, I lost my shit. I was so excited to see that movie, and it was really well done. Literally my only complaint was that they made Myrtle hot. Everything else was done like perfect.
Fair enough. And honestly, the movie really wasn't bad.
It was
Hubby
great.
is actually obsessed with it, so I actually wound up buying him the really fancy one when it came out, and it had like the fancy edition of The Great Gatsby, the collector's edition, and then it had the regular.
Yeah. I also had the soundtrack. I don't know where that CD went, actually. I had it as a CD, and it just, like, disappeared one day. But the gremlins in my house ate it.
Probably. Have you seen or heard of the horror game John Doe?
No.
Okay, skipping that one. Ida Montgomery asks, what is one weird fact that you know?
Just one?
Just pick one.
Okay, I guess the first one that comes to mind is, did you know that rabbits sleep with their eyes open?
That one I knew because I watched my baby bun.
Yeah, you have a bun. But I'm mostly, like, directing that at the audience.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, you know all the bun stuff because you also have a bun.
This is true. Also, G-Knight wants to know if he can just live in Gartha.
Sure. If you want to, you can go and snuggle up to Sunny any day. I should say Sunniva, because everyone's gonna be like, Sunny, what the heck is, like, the robot doing in something that I'm not familiar with? Nah, it's my,
There's
moth.
way too many Sunnies.
There's way too many Sunnies. Well, that's the thing, I had Sunny before Sundrop came out, so it's, now it's confusing, because I have to clarify Sunniva versus Sundrop.
We've got mixed reviews of they did know that or they did not know that about the Bun Bun.
Aha.
Saucer Sauce says, Moon, who is your favorite Hell of a Boss character?
Everybody here should know that one.
I know. I just love asking it like once a stream
People
just
literally...
to show there are people who don't pay attention.
Oh my god, people ask it every stream, and I'm like, if you look at any of my videos, you should know it is Fizzarolli.
Right? Ida says, what is one weird show or movie from your childhood that feels like a fever dream?
Oh my god, shoot, a lot of shows from my childhood feel like a fever dream, actually. I'm trying to think, and it's not working. My brain is just like, I don't want to do that today. I don't want to do the work today. I don't want to do the work today.
Mood. But I actually have an answer for this if you'd like to think on yours.
Yeah, go for it.
So the one for me is Code Lyoko, because growing up, no one knew what Code Lyoko was for some weird reason. And then, like, I think 2 years ago, I was scrolling through TikTok, and people used the opening theme from Code Lyoko. I was like, it wasn't a fever dream, it existed! And then I just rewatched the whole series, streaming it.
Okay, so... I think actually, because this is like when I was like really, really, really little, Ren and Stimpy, like someone kept playing Ren and Stimpy, and I don't know why, but like I had 2 dolls of them, and I was just like, I didn't know where they came from, and they smelled funny. Like, I just remember like sniffing them and being like, why do they smell like that? And like I wasn't even sure like what was going on. And then also, for a movie, actually, there's the movie Cool World, and I remember, like, my aunt was watching it, and I wasn't allowed to watch it, but I was allowed to, you know, swim in the pool by myself, because, whatever, they would just, like, come over to the door and check on me occasionally, so I literally kept sneaking out of the pool and watching it through the screen door, and just, like, seeing Hollywood and seeing, like, pieces of it and not knowing what the hell was going on. I didn't know what it was called, and then I found it years later, and I was like, holy shit, I didn't hallucinate this!
Nice. Beck would like to know, have you heard of Whimsigothic and do you like it?
I have no idea what that is.
Apparently it's an aesthetic that reminds them of the Sun and Moon characters in FNAF, but I don't know what Whimsigothic is myself.
No idea. It sounds like, if it reminds them of Sun and Moon, it might be like goth clowncore.
Fair, because that's actually pretty much what they are.
Yeah.
And Saucer Sauce wants to know, what's your favorite Pixar movie?
Uh, ooh. Hmm. Monsters Inc. and Monsters University.
Very nice.
Because I love Randall.
Yeah, I think currently mine has to be Turning Red these days.
Turning Red is very, very good. I think Turning Red is I think my favorite movie that they've come out with. At this point, but also just like Monsters Inc. was so big for me as a child that like it's kind of I kind of like have to do a tie with that because of like how much I loved that as a kid. And like I love May, but Randall Boggs. Smash.
Randall is something special.
Steve Buscemi, I love your voice.
I know you love his voice. I love his voice when thinking about Creeper.
Yes.
Beck says that Whimsy Gothic is like a wizard tower.
Huh. I don't know what that means.
Nor do I. Saucer Sauce says, Moon, did you know that Cream the rabbit's ears are backwards?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a stylistic choice. Her ears flip backwards instead of, being on the it's not even that they're fully like backwards. The rabbit's ears are supposed to be kind of like forward to sideways so that they can like, you know, flit it around, but they do pull their ears backwards like that. So it's just that for stylization they just pull them backwards so that they don't get in her face and stuff.
Yeah. Robot Rebel says, in terms of clown clothing, do you prefer dots or stripes?
Stripes.
Mushi says, if you could save an animatronic from the fire ending besides Sun and Moon, who would you save?
Oh, besides Sun and Moon? Chica.
Not Monty?
Well, Monty's yours to save.
True enough. We'll both just double team it, and I'll grab Monty, you grab Chica.
I'm sorry, Chica's hips. Man, Chica.
Oh no, I know. Frownatic says, what's one show or series that you have never watched but know way too much about?
Oh god. I don't actually know. I don't have a good answer for that one. Cause I usually do so much research on things, that, like, sometimes even if I haven't seen it, it kind of blends together with the ones that I have seen. I know that I've done a bunch of research on stuff that I haven't seen, but then I also usually turn around and watch it later, so... Also, sorry, I see this one, and Summer Sauce, I'm going to correct you right now. Fizzarolli does not sound like Krusty the Clown from The Simpsons. Fizzarolli is done by Alex Brightman, who voices Beetlejuice on Broadway, so it is the Beetlejuice voice, but pitched up a little bit. So that is not Krusty. It is actually, Viv wanted him because of the Beetlejuice voice.
Right, and you can't just think that because there's a little bit of gravel in a voice, it sounds like, you know, Fizzarolli.
Yeah. Sorry, this is my hyperfixation, is Fizzarolli.
Oh yeah, I know. I wasn't even going to bring that one up.
Yeah. I saw his name and my eyes gravitated, and I was like, actually, no.
Snoozy says, Calen has a thing for Chica. Oh.
Did you not know that? Like, when I was playing the game, I literally was like, they had no right to make Chica this hot.
And then May the Bear says, Calen and Nex just grab Monty and Chica and yeet them into a van. Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
No one saves the dad bear.
Well, you don't have to save the dad bear, because in most endings, he does make it out.
This is true.
But yeah.
Tom says, on the topic of rabbits, have you ever read Usagi Yojimbo's series?
Is that the one with the samurai rabbit? I've never read it, but I've seen it around. I don't like the art style very much, so, like, if I don't like the art style of something, I'm gonna be real with the chief, I won't read it. Oh, wait, sorry, I just saw someone mention Gay Paris. I saw that. I love that movie. I used to watch that with my grandma all the time.
Supernova 19 says, "What did I miss? I just joined." You missed a lot.
Yeah, I mean we've been going for about an hour now. Any more questions?
Well, Saucer Sauce says, "Calen, do you watch South Park?"
I did a long time ago. My mom was trying to get together with a guy that she liked, and she used to bring me over to his house, and he really liked South Park, so they used to play it. I actually just watched the South Park movie with Doof and Reed, because Doof was like, "Have you guys seen this?" And I was like, "I don't know. I don't think so." And then they started playing it, and I was like, "Oh shit, I remember everything."
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way, because I haven't seen anything South Park in a couple years now, but if someone starts making references to the older episodes, I remember, like, the entire episode in my mind's eye.
Yeah. What would Brian Boitano do if he was here right now? He'd make a plan and follow through. That's what Brian Boitano do. And I was just like, oh no, how do I remember that whole fucking song?
That's the same thing with me and, like, Kyle's mom's a bitch. I don't know how I know the whole thing, but I do.
Well, Kyle, don't you fucking dare. Well.
Okay. Well. Yeah, I know the whole thing. And I love at the end when he's just really going at it with jazz hands and everything, and Kyle's mom is directly behind him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Ida Montgomery says, "What is your opinion on Romeo and Juliet?"
I think that they're two stupid teenagers who shouldn't have done what they did. She's like 13 and he's like 17, and I'm like, what's wrong with both of you? You're just horny.
Yeah, they're just horny teenagers that... May the Bear says, "What internet series caught your attention recently?"
Honestly, recently, there's been nothing new because I've been trying to work on the stuff that I'm making to show you guys. So I've kind of like gone back to living under a rock. But yeah. I don't know. Have you noticed that I've gotten into anything new recently?
Not overly. You've kind of gone back to a few of your older hyperfixations.
Yeah, I know that I've definitely started really excitedly freaking out over the new season of Stranger Things, which should be dropping soon. Like literally in a few days. Oh, fuck! I just realized.
Oh no! That's less than a week away!
Yes! Oh my
gosh!
I'm so ready.
You and I both just like suddenly realizing.
I forced Reed to watch the entirety of Stranger Things with me because he had never seen it before. I made him cry.
Yeah, you made me cry too.
I did. I made you watch it. I was just... Next was like, "I've never watched this," and I was like, "You need to watch it. Literally right now." And then you were like, "Okay, I guess I'll binge it with my hubby in a couple days." And I was like, "No!"
Yeah, and then we turned it on that night as soon as I got hubby home. And we got like, what, 2 days for each season, and we were just going straight through the whole series because we couldn't stop watching.
I told you it was good. Oh my god.
I think the only internet series you might have gotten into was the Backrooms.
Oh yeah, the Backrooms. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
I love the Backrooms. I really do.
Yeah, I just suddenly thought about that because Kane Pixels came out with a new one a few days ago.
Oh, it did? Is it not the
a 15-minute one?
Oh wait. Is that the one with the holes in the ground? I did watch that one.
Yep.
Gimme.
Mushi says, "Have you seen the movie Cats Can't Dance before?"
Oh, Cats Don't Dance? Oh, I loved that movie. I absolutely loved... Darla Dimple is one of my favorite villains, and I had such a crush on both Danny and Sawyer when I was a kid.
Big and loud.
Yes, I love that movie so much. It's so good.
Ida says, "Have you seen But I'm a Cheerleader?"
Mm-mm. I have not.
She also says, "If a fly had no wings, would it be called a walk?"
That was terrible. Get out.
I'm just over here trying not to cackle like a gremlin because I love dad jokes. Saucer Sauce says, "Who's your favorite Sonic character?"
Oh, Shadow and Jet the Hawk. I love Jet the Hawk. He's so fucking stupid. I also kind of got a bit of an attachment to Silver small bean, despite the fact that the game that he comes from is absolute horseshit.
Molly says, does anyone remember a show called Toad Patrol?
I watched that show! Oh my god! Toad Patrol!
It sounds like I caught you while you were taking a drink of something.
You did. I was drinking my energy drink, and then I just got slapped in the face with memories. I made a Toad Sona when I was a kid. I loved that show. They're little yellow toads, and they got, like, separate. They were, like, the last ones to be born, and they got separated from their group, and so they have to make this journey to wherever the fuck they were going, I can't remember, to basically, like, meet up with the rest of their family. They had weird little names, too. I don't remember what they were. The leader had a little red mohawk, and he, yeah. I've just lots of memories suddenly coming back.
Oh, yeah. Understandable.
Mm-hmm.
Verity says, in regard to, like, when we were freaking out about season 4, you could feel the excited realization hit the stream like a freight train. That was delightful to hear.
I love their use of Separate Ways, because I love that song anyway, but, like, that, listening to that version of that song, because you found me the version that has none of the audio cues.
Oh, yeah.
I listened to that, and I literally, like, the hair stands up on the top of my head, and I'm just like, ugh. I want it so much.
That version is so good.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good.
Beck asks, do you like Chicken Run?
I remember Chicken Run. I did watch it. I don't really have any feelings towards it, but I did watch it.
Ida asks, would you rather fight a hippo or a demogorgon?
I feel like I'd actually have more chance with a demogorgon. Hippos will fuck you up.
Oh yeah, here's the thing. If a group of kids can face off against a demogorgon, I'm somewhat certain that I can get around a demogorgon.
I'm sorry, I just suddenly pictured Steve's, like, beautiful, like, thing that he does with the bat where he, like, twirls it, and I'm just like, oh, Steve. I love Steve.
Oh, yeah.
Steve and Dustin are my two favorite characters.
I adore Dustin. I really do.
I love Dustin. He's great.
I'll also admit I kind of preferred Will when he had the Gorgon in him.
Oh, the Mind Flayer. Mind Flayer.
Mind Flayer, thank you. I couldn't remember which one they went for.
Yeah, the Mind Flayer was the one who took over him. So the Mind Flayer is the big bad for both season 2 and 3.
Correct.
And then it was just
Can't wait to see what they do with season 4. I'm so excited.
So one thing that Mango pointed out is if you look at the monster that they give us the sneak peek of, the one that looks more human-y, in the trailer for season 4, they pointed out that that monster actually looks the closest to the actual D&D Mind Flayer than the other monster that they've already used. So
yes,
I think
does.
They are theorizing that it might still technically be the same monster, that he's just kind of like shifted, or that's what he actually like looks like.
That makes a lot of sense. I'm interested to see if they continue with it because frankly the Mind Flayer seems like he's dedicated enough that he'd try again.
Yeah, what we're getting in this season is big. Now, they did say that what happens in this season could possibly end all of the Upside Down stuff. However, we know that that's not going to happen because we are also already confirmed to have a Season 5. Season 5 is the end. The actual end. Season 4 is the heftiest season that we've been handed so far. We are going into much more horror-related aspects with this, because they're literally, it's growing as the characters grow. So when they pitched the original series, they basically pitched E.T. meets the Goonies as, like, their kind of, like, inspiration for what was going on. And then, as the seasons have gone by, it's been getting more intense. And so we are about to enter, like, 80s slasher movie, like, horror territory for this new season. There is no episode that is under an hour long. These are the longest episodes they've done. And then, again, they're releasing it in 2 parts. So in a few days, we're going to be getting Volume 1. And then July 1st, we are getting Volume 2, because this season is so big.
Yeah, I am really looking forward to all of this content.
Yes, I'm so ready.
So am I. May the Bear asks, have you seen Encanto yet?
I have. I cried. And then I made Mango watch it, and then Mango cried.
I love the music on it.
It's so good. I love the music for that movie. So Encanto came out, and I was like, this is the best movie that Disney has come up with in, like, decades. And then, admittedly, Turning Red came out, and then kind of blew Encanto out of the water, and it was even better. But, like, those two movies are the best movies that both Disney and Pixar have made in a very, very long time.
Definitely agree. Snoozy asks, opinions on hugs, and if I can have one.
I will always hug you, Snoozy. Get over here. Fly across the water, and I shall hug you.
Yes, fly across the Atlantic Ocean. Mm-hmm. And south.
Come here, I'll give you theme park tours.
Yeah. Saucer Sauce says, Calen, do you watch LS Mark?
I do not know what that is, so no.
Okie dokie. Neither do I. Ida says, what's one of the weirdest things you believed as a kid?
That there was a shark in the bottom of my grandma's pool at night. Pool sharks are a thing, dude. I'm pretty sure that's, like, a big fear for, like, a lot of people. I would not go into the pool at night unless the light inside of the pool was on. Because I thought that there was something in there. That's probably the weirdest thing I believed as a kid.
What's funny is one of my friends, really, like, rich kid, lived in a mansion and all that. One of my friends, they had a seated pool, like an in-ground pool. And they had one of those cleaners that's always in the bottom.
Oh, yeah, a creepy. That's what my grandma called it, creepy.
Yeah, and I always thought there was some creature in the pool when they lit up the bottom at night and there was just something going back and forth.
Oh my god, I literally just got, like, a really vibrant memory of what the creepy sounded like, because it had a little sound. I don't think I could even, like, emulate it. It was like a little tick, 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 but, like, deeper. And, like, it would make, like, the water vibrate, like, so you could see the ripples, and now I'm just like, oh, I miss Mr. Creepy.
Laren asks, do you have a particular plush that is your go-to, either to hug or just admire and appreciate the existence of?
Everything that's in the depression tent, but also I had just invested in a Squishmallow for the first time. I have a giant-ass axolotl. What's her name again? Anastasia. Anastasia, the axolotl. She's one of the 20 inchers, and I've been, like, hugging her a lot lately.
Yes, I have a boba. Guilty admission here. Currently have the boba in my lap, but I have a boba squishmallow that I picked up a few days ago, and it's been helping me with, like, tactile kneading, so that way it helps my anxieties a bit.
Yeah, actually, I was holding my Squishmallow when Reed was showing me Assassination Classroom when I was crying my eyes out at the last episode, yeah. So now I associate it with that, so I'll hold it, and I'm like, oh no, Koro-sensei.
Koro-sensei, no. Mm-hmm. Don't remind me or I actually will start crying. That was emotional.
God. Yeah, no, I cried, and then, like, we would get to a point where they were kind of, like, drawing things out, and I was like, okay, they're drawing it out a little bit too much. I'm disconnecting. Okay, good. I'm getting control. And then they would do, like, one little thing, and I'd be like, and then, like, we stopped it. And then, like, I heard Reed crying, and then I started crying again. And then, like, I went into the living room to, like, joke with Mango just to be like, Reed made me cry. And they were, like, in the bathroom, so they came out of the bathroom, and they just saw the look on my face. And then they were like, are you okay? And suddenly I, like, hugged them, and I was just like, they were like, oh god, what happened? And I'm like, and I, like, told them. It was really funny, honestly.
It's one of those things that in the moment you're devastated, but looking back... It's hysterical.
I was very emotionally vulnerable after that.
Frownatic says, did you know that hippos can't swim?
What? Yeah, they can. I mean,
I think they can, but I don't know.
It's a little bit more like walking underwater, but it's still considered swimming.
I'm actually Googling that one. But anyway, Tom says, that reminds me, thoughts on The Amazing Mr. Fox?
Never seen it, actually.
Okay, so, Hippos are graceful in water, good swimmers, and can hold their breath underwater for up to 5 minutes. However, they're often large enough to simply walk or stand on the lake floor or lie in the shallows.
Yeah, so, like, they can swim. They just usually walk, but they can swim. It was like, that doesn't sound right.
Yeah, I was confused for a minute. Ida asks, have you seen Cells at Work?
I have not.
Okay. Beck says, do you have any Pride plans for next month?
I do not. Admittedly, even though I am LGBT, I don't usually participate in Pride because the only Pride parade I ever went to was a really bad experience for me. And also, so, along with being, pan-romantic, I am asexual, and unfortunately a lot of Pride celebrations focus so heavily on sex that it actually kind of makes me uncomfortable. Like, the one that I went to, they were literally handing out condoms at, like, every booth. And I was just like, let's not. And that was also before I realized I was asexual. So, like, I was trying to, quote unquote, be normal. And it just made me uncomfortable, along with, like, the other things that happened. So, admittedly, while I support everybody who has Pride plans, and I want y'all to go out and have fun, I usually don't really do anything special for it. I just exist.
Yeah, the only Pride stuff I do is related to my full-time job, so.
Yeah, I did go out and get myself an asexual candle from, Target, though. Target's got some really cute Pride stuff already available if you guys are interested. Mango actually got some pansexual socks. I'm a little sad because they were already sold out of all the non-binary stuff, but they even had, like, non-binary. They have aromantic, they have asexual, they had bisexual, they had pansexual, and of course they had normal rainbow, but they also had trans stuff too. So they had a lot of really cute stuff. So I got a little candle. I call it the I don't want to fuck you candle. And it's like vanilla scented.
Oh, that's amazing.
Oh, I'm sorry. It says coconut cream. I guess now that I'm puffing it, now I can kind of smell the coconut, but I can smell more of like the cream. It's like a vanilla cream.
Unfortunately, I can't even get anything that's coconut scented because sometimes it gives me headaches. I hate my coconut allergy because having the scent in the air sometimes, and even just the flavor, can cause me to, like, my throat will close up a little bit, and I hate it.
Yeah.
Because coconut's tasty.
It is tasty. I might try to hit up another Target to see if they have anything, because the one that I went to, like, it was gone. The only stuff that was left were some candles, some little light up things, a little bit of trans stuff, and then for some reason, like, all the pansexual stuff was still there, and there was a tiny bit of bi stuff. Everything else was, like, completely sold out.
Wow.
I think once we all found out about it, we all, like, descended down upon the Targets.
I'll be honest, most likely. I have to go check my local Target because LGBT's not big in my area.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there's still going to be anything, or if anything even goes out, or if it's just going to be full stock. We'll see. Ida says, do you believe in Bigfoot?
Yes.
Miss Victory asks, what is the emoji in your frequently used section that never leaves the section?
It's the little pink double hearts, actually. That's the one I use the most. I actually
Mine is...
Oh, go ahead.
Mine is the cry laughing face.
Yeah. I do actually see a question that I'm going to skip to, and then we'll come back to the ones that you already have written down, just because, this is something that I feel very passionately about.
Go for it.
So, Mushi's asking, what are your thoughts on artists who are straight who draw LGBT art? Do you feel that that is offensive or happy to have support? Everybody should be able to draw everything as long as they're being respectful about it. Because if you're only allowed to draw or write the thing that you are, that's when we have a lack of representation. As long as you do your research and you're not doing something stupidly, basically, you should absolutely be allowed to write it. Like, I have a character that I'm creating for the original project that I'm working on. Their name is Cricket. And they are black, and I'm not black, but that doesn't mean that I can't write for a black character, because then I wouldn't have that kind of representation in my media, and I feel like everyone deserves to be represented. So even if someone's straight and they're drawing LGBT characters, like, what's the problem with that? There should never be a problem with that. If someone's being offended by that, then they need to get over themselves. That's gatekeeping.
Right. The only time that it is offensive is if it is done with stereotypes and offensively. But if the intention of the art is not offensive and people have done their actual research, there is nothing wrong with that.
Exactly. I agree. All right. What are the other questions that you had? Sorry, I felt the need to like talk about that one like right in that moment.
You are totally fine. I was going back to the questions to find it.
Yeah.
Molly asks, does anyone remember a show called Skyland?
I never saw that.
Neither did I. Saucer Sauce asks, Calen, what is your favorite Hell of a Boss episode?
Oh, Lululand.
I'll be honest, I think that's one of my favorites as well.
Yeah. Also, I'm gonna say one thing right now because I see another comment. Franatic, your friend, that's not okay to say. That's very much not okay to say.
Yeah, no.
That is not true.
Not
by
at
any
all.
means.
I have 2 black OCs that are like super respected in where I write them. Yeah, no, it is not anything like that.
No, that would be like implying that any character that you have is like that. That is, you need to put your foot down and give your friend a fucking vibe check because that's not okay.
Yeah, they need a definite vibe check.
Yeah.
I have to say it because it's another good dad joke, but male mermaids should be called mer butlers.
Can you feel my disappointment
I'm sorry,
in the microphone?
I'm snickering too hard over here. May the Bear says, have you ever seen the original Encanto song, Turn It Down?
I have, and I saw somebody did this really, really good animatic to it, and it's really good.
It's so good. I think they actually got the original voice for Dolores to come and do it, didn't they?
They might have. I don't know, actually.
I think Oreo got her to do it, because I think that was part of, like, the draw of the song.
Yeah.
Cowgirl says, what do you think of the Bob's Burgers movie?
I am so excited to see that. Oh my god. We saw the commercials for it when we were in New York, and just like, I love Linda in the burger suit with the bikini on, just like, it's called sex appeal. Sex appeal sells. And I'm like, you get it, honey. I fucking love Linda. I want to see this movie so bad. Ugh.
See, I was never really in, like, following Bob's Burgers or watching it, so, like, I know the general of it, and I know I love Tina, but...
I love Bob's Burgers. I don't watch it consistently. I basically, like, I watch it when we're in hotels and they're playing it on Adult Swim. I watched a bunch of it on one of my flights to Japan because they had it on the airplane. That was when I watched the Kuchikopi episode, actually. But yeah, no, so, like, when I occasionally see it, I watch it, and I love it, but I don't necessarily, like, search for it. I think there was only, like, one time where I realized it was on Netflix, so I watched a bunch of episodes, like, all in one go. It's not a hyperfixation, but it is something that I love every single time that I see it.
Ida asks, what is one conspiracy theory that you believe?
That the government is hiding up aliens.
Honestly, I kind of agree.
Yeah. There's no way there isn't something out there. Actually, aliens scare the shit out of me. Which is funny, like, alien characters in certain movies, I'm like, yeah, I'd smash that. But, like, other movies, actually, like, Signs, and a little bit, like, this one particular scene of Independence Day scared me so bad as a kid. I am afraid of the Greys.
I'll be honest, so am I.
What was that other movie?
And not because I saw Independence Day, but just in general, the Greys have always scared me.
There's a movie, I can't remember what it's called, but it's the one where they accentuate the owls. It's like a found footage movie, kind of, and there's like this whole thing with like owls. That movie scared the shit out of me. I only watched it once and never again.
I was trying to see if I could find the movie, but no idea.
It's okay.
Let's see. May wants to know if you've heard of the horror movie It Follows.
I've heard of it. I have never seen it. It's about like a sexually transmitted disease, I think, or like the equivalent of like a horror version of a sexually transmitted disease, because like it starts going after you sleep with someone.
Interesting. I've never heard of that movie, but that sounds like a really cool concept.
So basically, like, you sleep with someone, and now it's going after you, and you have to sleep with someone else to pass it on to that next person, but if it gets that person, if they die, then it will go back to the original person in the chain. So it'll go back to you again. And then if you die, it'll go back to the other person that you slept with first. So, like, it works its way down the chain. And you literally,
Wow.
like, you have to give it to someone in order to get rid of it.
Wow, that is very interesting.
That's all I know about it.
That sounds like a really cool movie concept, honestly.
Mm.
Ida asks, have you seen Moon Knight?
I have not.
Saucer Sauce asks, what's your favorite Sonic game?
I'm just gonna have to say Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, not necessarily because it's the best, but because that's what got me into Sonic in the first place. I love that game. I'm still mad that my computer can't play it. Not even my gaming computer. It literally won't load. Or actually, no. It will load now, but I can't get the controller won't hook up to it. So I can't do anything.
Oh, no. Verity wants to know if the Owl movie is the fourth kind.
Yes, that's it. That's it.
Thank you, Verity.
I was like, I know there's a number in there somewhere, but it's not Close Encounters of the Third Kind, because I actually really like that one. That's the one with the wah, 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 wah. If you've seen the movie, you'll know exactly what I'm referencing. If you haven't seen the movie, you'll have no idea what the fuck I just did. But
yeah.
But yeah, the fourth kind, that's it. They scared the shit out of me. Because it was kind of a mixture of aliens and, like, almost like demonic possession, and that is a theme that gets me. I don't like demonic possession.
Oh yeah, I remember, like, when I watch horror movies, I actually sit down and I'm like, okay, here's Mango's list of things that they can't sit through and watch, and here's Calen's list of things that she can't sit through and watch, so that if I recommend a movie, I know what to tell everyone who can and can't watch it.
Yeah, which I appreciate.
I try. So Elizabeth says, what do you get when you mix a sloth and a porcupine?
What?
A slow poke. Every bad joke in chat will get read.
Why do you guys do this to me?
Because we can. Tom, regarding aliens, says there are two outcomes. Either we're alone in the universe or aren't, and both are incredibly terrifying.
That's very true. That the idea that we are literally alone in the vast, infinite space is just such a weird thing to think about. Like, honestly, I feel like there's no way that's possible. There's no way we're the only things that exist.
We would have to be, as a race, to accept that that's a reality, extremely narcissistic.
Yeah.
Saucer Sauce says, Calen, do you play Parappa the Rapper?
I do not.
Robot Rebel, do you want to hear a dirty joke? A horse fell in mud.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go to the bathroom, amuse them.
Fine. Mushi, in regard to which animatronic would give the best or worst dad jokes, I honestly think that the best or worst dad jokes would come from Freddy. Because he just strikes me as, like, the cool dad type that wants to sit there and actually do dad jokes. Also, just to amuse you guys, see, once I'm put under pressure, I can't entertain, and I apologize to all of you for that. Calen's gonna come back and there's just going to be in chat complaints about me.
Alright, hi, what did I miss?
You missed me fumbling under pressure and not being able to entertain. Also, before Mushi leaves, they want to know which animatronic would give the best or worst dad jokes in your opinion.
Freddy. Freddy Dad Bear.
I said the same thing. May wants to know if you would raid Area 51.
Yes. Okay, so I have a fun story for you guys. I grew up in Las Vegas, and one of my my very first high school math teacher was obsessed with aliens, and she actually made and printed out maps, and I was actually really upset that I didn't get to go ever. She made and printed out maps to point out spots where you could go and safely view Area 21, Area 51 without getting shot at. True story. Never got to go. So upset. But she literally handed them out to the students.
That's hilarious.
Oh my god, guys, please legit stop with the dad jokes. I can see them being put in. Stop.
Do you want me to just skip the dad jokes?
Please.
Okay. Saucer Sauce says, Calen, do you watch The Simpsons?
I've seen The Simpsons. I've never, like, sat down and watched, like, a ton of stuff, but I have seen The Simpsons, yes.
And now all that's left is the dad jokes.
No. No.
I'll be nice and not read them. I'll be nice.
I refuse.
You know, it's really funny. So one of the people that I've worked with in my full-time job for years sent me a Christmas gift a couple years back, and this Christmas gift had a book of dad jokes in it.
Of course it did.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. Saucer Sauce says, what about the Simpsons movie?
Never seen that.
I'm snickering too hard at these dad jokes.
No.
Ida says, have you seen Danverse?
I love Danverses. I love.
So do I. I just love that he's always right.
He's always right. I love Dan. He's a nasty, disgusting little man, but I'd kind of smash.
Beck says, favorite Bojack Horseman episode.
Oh, God. Oh, I don't really know if I have a favorite episode. I know that show gives me depression, though. It's a really good show. It is a very good show, but don't watch it if you are very emotionally vulnerable in that moment. It's so good. The one that for some reason popped into my head was The View from Halfway Down, but it's also because I just watched a video on it the other day. They're all really good. Not so much the filler episodes, but like, oh man. There's just so many moments where I watch it and it's like, it's so well done, but like Bojack does things and I'm like, no, stop, please stop. Oh god, you're fucking up so badly, stop. Like, The View from Halfway Down is really powerful though.
I still need to sit down and actually watch Bojack Horseman.
You do. Just be prepared to feel awful after you're finished watching it every day.
Yeah, I probably will. And I'll let you know after I finish. Well, I made myself depressed.
Yeah?
Robot Rebel says, have you ever read The Three-Body Problem?
I have not.
Okay. May the Bear says, what's your favorite form of mythology?
Ooh, probably Egyptian. I had a huge, I was one of those kids that had a giant Egyptian kick. I love Egyptian mythology. I like Norse mythology, and I like Greek mythology, which are probably the most, like, common, admittedly.
They are, but at the same point, like, I also had the huge Egyptian kick when I was a kid, and it was the one time that my hyperfixation helped, because that was also the year that, we were doing world history, and the Egypt section, I was flawless on. It was the only time anyone wanted to be in my group in school. Saucer Sauce says, do you play Crash Bandicoot?
Nope.
Before asking about so many more video games, Calen really is not much of a gamer, so most of the games that you list, she's going to say no, she does not play.
Yeah. I play very, very few games.
Okay, so I don't know if you want to answer this one, so I'm going to ask it and let you decide.
Okay.
Do you think it's alright to draw two gay characters together like Angel Dust and Vaggie, because their friend told them that it's disrespectful, yet they draw two straight guys together?
Okay, so it's hard when you use Angel Dust and Vaggie as your example here, because Angel Dust was originally paired with Vaggie, so the people who are drawing that are probably the ones who liked that original pairing. Angel Dust was originally gender fluid and I believe pansexual. Either that or was bi. Probably pansexual though, because they were gender fluid. So Angel Dust and Vaggie were originally going to be shipped together. Vaggie and Charlie is actually new for the series. See, it's a really weird gray area there. I feel like you should be allowed to ship characters as long as you're not harming anyone, because that is a decent point of, like, if you take straight characters and you make them gay, which is usually people, like, searching for representation when there isn't any. I feel like I'm gonna remain neutral on this front. I'm not really gonna say yay or nay, because everything is situational. I do kind of dislike the fact that, like, people take representation that we actually have and they kind of nullify it. So, like, I don't like Chalister as an example, because people are trying to, like, people who, not everybody, but a lot of people who shipped Chalister were actually trying to get Viv to cancel out the LGBT ship of Charlie and Vaggie to make Charlie and Alistair canon, and that I do not like. That is disrespectful. That is really bad. But if you're just doing it just for fun and you're not hurting anyone, I don't really see that much of a problem in it. But, like, again, it's entirely situational as to, like, what pairing you're doing and how you're going about it, if you're going about it respectfully or not. So I'm gonna say I am neutral ground on this one.
Yep. And I'm just gonna move on from that real quick. So in regard to Danverse, Ida says Dan is the embodiment of be gay, do crime.
Yeah, pretty much.
Cowgirl says, do you have a favorite Dreamworks movie?
Why am I blanking out? The problem is when you ask me, I suddenly just forget what movies a company has done. I probably do. I'm bad at being put
I
on the
would guess
spot.
that Shrek is probably your favorite Dreamworks movie.
I mean, I love Shrek, but because I can't remember all of the Dreamworks movies right now or not, I don't remember if that one's my favorite or not. It's definitely the most memeable. I do love Shrek. I got to see it in theaters when it came out. I love the Shrek musical. But
that's also the only Dreamworks movie you and I have talked about.
Yeah, I'd have to look at the full list of Dreamworks movies before I can make a decision on what's actually my favorite.
Yeah. Framatic says, do you have any shows or games that you think are way too underrated?
Underrated? Sorry, my brain's not comprehending things today. It's such a
Moreover,
vast question.
Yeah. Are there any shows or games that you think should get more attention?
Again, I'm really not that much of a gamer, so, like, I don't know usually, like, what is popular and what isn't popular. So I don't know if the things that I like are underrated or not, because I don't know how many other people are playing them, because I kind of try not to get involved in fandoms anymore. I'm gonna skip the question, I'm sorry.
Alrighty, sounds good. Ida says, what is your favorite Greek story?
Pretty much anything involving, and then along came Zeus, because he's such a dick.
I'll be honest. I actually do have a favorite, which, it's funny that you said that because it is a Zeus story.
What was the boy that Zeus went after? Ganymede? Is that what his name is?
I think so.
That's the thing, Zeus wasn't straight, and he would also go after very pretty men as well.
Yes, he would turn into animals and women, just for that.
If it had a hole and he thought it was pretty, he'd go for it.
Yeah, Ganymede was a young man from Troy. His beauty was unparalleled, and for that reason, Zeus abducted and brought him to Olympus to serve as his cupbearer and lover.
Mm-hmm.
Ganymede's myth is an important step in the history of homosexuality.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Now, my favorite is when the gods got together and put Zeus in a magical net and essentially told him, dude, stop thinking with your dick and be a proper god.
Oh my God.
That's my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Beck wants to know, what's your favorite season of Bojack Horseman?
Honestly, I don't know. I've only watched through the series one time, so, I I actually, like, considered making videos about Bojack Horseman, actually, like, going back and rewatching it and, like, talking about it. I'm like, holding off, though, just because it does cover so many, like, really, really deep, themes. So they're all gonna have to have trigger warnings in front of them.
Yeah. May wants to know, does pineapple belong on pizza?
Yes, I like pineapple on pizza.
My favorite is chicken and pineapple.
Ooh,
Sometimes with spinach if I want the veggie.
Yeah. It's not my go-to pizza, but I do enjoy it every once in a while.
Douglas wants to know, if you had $10,000, what would you invest in?
Honestly, the first thing I would do is pay off all of my debt, which would wipe out a good majority of that. And then whatever was left, I would take and invest in, some musical stuff. I would actually go to a very particular artist here on YouTube and pay them to make, songs for the original concept that I have coming up soon.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. So I'd pay off my debt, and then I would, invest in that.
I really hope that when you start getting that off the ground, I have money to invest in it.
I really, really hope that people are interested enough that they want to do stuff, because I would like to start up a Kickstarter for that, actually, because I am, like, really wanting to get, like, a soundtrack made, basically. I was listening to some Sonic music, and I started picturing an entire opening sequence, because I'm like, I want music that's kind of like certain Sonic game music, not the butt rock, but like the other, like the actual video game sounding music. That mixed with like vaporwave is basically like the kind of feel that I want for the music for this series. And I literally was listening to a very particular song on my Spotify, and I was like, I love the idea of mixing this with, if you watch the Me 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 video when all this shit starts hitting the fan and all the girls are like twerking, I love the idea of it being like happy, and then shifting into something like that darker mode, and then shifting back to the happy again, and when it's in the darker mode, it shows off, like, the emotional instability of the characters, and I had this whole thing that, like, popped into my head, and I was like, oh, I need to talk to someone about this.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Ida says, have you seen Food Wars?
I have not.
So, you know how you like anime boys with blue hair?
Yes.
Anime boys with pink hair is my thing, and there's a pink-haired chef in it, and his attitude is just chef's kiss.
Oh my god.
Look, he is so sassy. I love him, and he is such a jerk.
Good. As it
May
should
wants
be.
to know... Oh, yeah. May wants to know, would you rather be in prison or I'm sorry, that's Saucer Sauce. The frickin' pictures are so close together.
Ah, okay.
Would you rather be in prison or be homeless?
Honestly, I don't think I'd survive either. We're gonna go with prison just because there's food and a bed.
Yeah, food, bed, shelter.
I would definitely become someone's bitch in prison, though.
Oh yeah, get someone to defend you, straight up.
Oh, no, I didn't mean that. I meant, like, I wouldn't be strong enough so somebody would make me their bitch immediately.
I know, but then they'll defend you.
True.
That's the thing.
True.
I would not be upset about being someone's bitch in prison, because then I don't have to worry about the fighting.
Mm-hmm.
I can just go run to Mama Bear.
True enough.
Ida wants to know, would you rather fight one horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses?
I don't want to fight either. I want to pet them all.
This is true.
I would just lay on the ground and accept my fate.
Ida wants to know, what is your favorite Adam Sandler movie?
I don't actually think I've seen a lot of Adam Sandler movies. The only two I even remember are Little Nicky and The Wedding Singer, so I don't really have a favorite.
Robot Rebel says, do you have a trope that never fails to make you feel warm and fuzzy?
I don't really know about warm and fuzzy, but I do like tropes that are things that like subvert your expectations. So like as an example, I do that a lot with my characters. So like Zavy, people see Zavy and they assume that he's just like straight up gay and a bottom. He's the top. And also originally Zavy was going to be straight. Zavy was going to be one of the only straight characters that I have, because I only have one other everybody else is LGBT of some form. Zavy was gonna be straight, and then oddly enough, Reed is amused by this. Reed showed interest in Zavy, and I was like, cool, now he's at least bi. Because I was like, cool, we're gonna ship him with your Sona now. It's just, yeah. So, but I loved the fact that
Ronan's not complaining.
Yeah. Everyone was just like, sassy gay, and I'm like, he's not gay. But now he's, he's bi, so, like, I guess I should just say pan, because he just likes humans. He is human sexual. But yeah, I love the subverting expectations. So I love the trope of, like, big bottom, little top in a relationship, where, like, this small one is actually the one who's, like, wearing the pants in the relationship. I love stuff like that.
Oh, definitely. I think for me, though, my favorite is slow burn stuff. I just, for some reason, just they get so close and there's just that tension there. So it's super satisfying when you have a completed slow burn fic. I hate waiting for the updates on those, but... Mm-hmm.
See, on one hand, I like slow burns. I like them when they're done well and when, they're actually finished. What I hate is when it's a slow burn and then they just, like, slap it together at the end without actually properly, like properly finishing it.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. If it's done properly and the fic is complete, like, I've gotten to the point where if it says slow burn and it's incomplete, I'm not going to watch it or read it.
Yeah. Sorry, I just do the comment of LGBT fairy floss. Yeah, fairy floss is LGBT.
Yup. Ida wants to know, which Carrie movie is your favorite?
I don't know, actually. It's been so long since I've seen them. Oh, thank you, Nexus. Aw.
Small contribution to the Inspiration Fund. Do as you will. Thanks for the lovely background sound while I work, fam. Much love to y'all.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
I'm sorry to interrupt you there.
No, it's okay. Oh yeah, also, fun fact for any of you who have ordered the Zavy body pillows, the first round of them is in production. It's gonna take a while. Don't worry, I have not forgotten about your orders because of the fact that it's a pre-order. Obviously, it's going to take a hot minute because they are being made. I did order all of the stuff to ship them out to you guys, so that stuff should be arriving today. So I've got my special bubble mailers and some really cute, like, tissue paper and some star stickers and stuff, so I'm gonna make sure it looks real cute when it gets to you.
I am so excited for my pillowcases. May wants to know... Sorry, I just lost it. Oh, there we go. Have you seen Thomas Sanders' videos and vines?
Probably? That's the guy with the brown hair, right? Skinny dude? Brown hair?
Yeah, the skinny dude with the brown hair who mostly does, like, theater singing and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I think I've seen stuff of his a long time ago, but I never really was into Vine when it was big, so I kind of saw some of his stuff, like, later down the line.
I mostly saw him through Vine compilations, and recently I started watching some of his stuff, but I'm not subbed. I just see it when it pops up in my feed.
Yeah.
Saucer Sauce says, do you watch Markiplier?
I do. I love Markiplier. I actually, Markiplier is the headcanon voice for one of my characters.
You too, huh?
Yeah. Charade. You remember Charade?
Ah, nice.
Yeah, I picture him
very vaguely.
Yeah, I picture him sounding like Markiplier, but when, like, he gets, like, he does the, like, the deep sexy thing. Like, that's what I picture Charade just kind of, like, sounding like. And then I also love the idea of, like, him panicking and suddenly getting, like, Mark's panicked screaming.
Oh, yeah. Beck wants to know, what would your ideal blanket look/feel like?
Oh, man. I honestly really want something that has, like, that old, like, sun-moon pattern on it with, like, lots of stars. I'd like it to be really soft, but I really love comforters, so I would kind of like it to just straight up be a comforter. That's probably it, honestly. I don't know.
See, for me, it would be a weighted plush blanket, but it would probably be, like, this deep purple with some sort of galaxy pattern or stars, moon, sun.
Yeah. I love galaxy stuff. That's the funny thing. If my theming for like the channel and in general wasn't space, it would actually be the ocean. I also really love the ocean. I find it funny that my two favorite things are like vast and completely like not completely explored, basically. Like things that you just, yeah, I like that. Sorry. I don't know what that tangent was, but it was a thing.
It's totally fine. Everyone loves getting to know more about you. Ida wants to know, what is your favorite Bratz movie?
I've never seen any of the Bratz movies.
Cowgirl wants to know if you have a favorite Barbie movie.
I've never seen the Barbie movies.
Alrighty, and Verity wants to know, as far as the Markiplier voice for Charade, is it the world's quietest Let's Play voice?
No, not quite that. It's when he does the thing where, like, he gets really low and he gets really close to the mic and he starts, like, whispering in your voice. That thing that he does.
Yes. Ida says, if you were a Disney princess, what animal would be your sidekick?
A bunny, obviously. Is that even a question? Or an otter. Otters are my favorite animals, other than bunnies.
See, so now it is a question.
I don't know.
See, like, if I were a Disney princess, I can't tell if I would love the memes of having a ferret,
oh my god,
or if I would just love having a sly fox.
Oh, I like foxes.
Foxes are great. Saucer Sauce wants to know, who's your favorite SpongeBob character?
Squidward.
Mood.
I relate to Squidward.
Beck wants to know, what's a Halloween costume you wish you could do or want to do?
Clown.
Fair. Snoozy says, question, can you give us a snarl?
Oh my god. My throat is actually kind of messed up, so I actually don't know if I can do a snarl right now. I'm sorry, Snoozy.
Don't worry, there will be plenty of snarls in the future.
There will be. You know I love to do the snarls. My throat is legitimately kind of like messed up at the moment though. But yeah.
Alex says, everyone begins watching a SpongeBob and eventually becomes Plankton or Squidward.
See, I think Squidward was actually like my favorite from the get-go.
I will be honest, I do love Plankton on occasion. I forgot he was a character.
You forgot he was a character?
I did, and yet now my brain is just translating it into the SpongeBob musical Plankton.
I love SpongeBob musical Plankton. Oh.
Like, I love that Plankton specifically.
Yeah.
Cowgirl says, what is your least favorite animated movie?
I don't know. I'm sorry, I'm really drawing a blank on stuff today. When it's a really vast question, it's one of those things where, like, I have too many options, so suddenly all of them just go away in my head and I don't know.
Right, and, like, as far as animated movies go, I can't remember any that I just haven't enjoyed aside from maybe the Afro Samurai movie.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like Afro Samurai, and I don't know why. And Hubby and I had a deal. If I watched the Afro Samurai movie, he'd watch Les Miserables in theaters with me. I got the best end of that bargain.
Mm-hmm. See, I'm squinting. I can see Saucer Sauce says Space Jam 2: A New Legacy. See, that was a terrible movie. I don't think it was necessarily the worst animated movie I've ever seen, but it wasn't good.
Verity, I don't have an answer for that.
Bro, musical Plankton, just mwah, beautiful. Yes, good. Love
Absolutely
him.
beautiful. And I just love the rap.
I love
just
him
out
with
of nowhere
Karen.
he raps.
Right, that was great, and I love his dynamic with Karen. It's good. It's good stuff.
Yeah, and like, the other thing is, I just love when, even though he is the same size as everyone else on stage, he's
They
just
use
like
the little plush though on his shoe.
using the little plush and then him sitting there jumping to get attention.
Yeah.
May wants to know, have you seen The Brave Little Toaster?
I have. I I know it's like a huge part of a lot of people's childhood, but I remember like the main times that anyone would ever put it on, I was kind of bored with it.
The only thing that I really retain from that is the vacuum eating its own cord and sacrificing himself to save the little toaster. And
The car sequence?
Dude Fruity. Oh, Rudy.
Ah.
That's all I remember from that movie.
See, I remember, like, the car song at the end where they're, like, murdering all the cars, but, like, a lot of the other stuff I'm just kind of like, eh.
Yeah, I probably should sit down and watch it again sometime.
Maybe we'll watch it together.
Yeah, at least then we can commentate on it.
Yeah.
Cowgirl wants to know what your favorite song from the Spongebob musical is.
Oh, No Control.
My favorite is I'm Not a Loser. I don't know why, but that one just absolutely stole my heart the first time I saw it. Ida wants to know, did you know that they made Carrie into a stage musical?
I did not know that, but I'm also not surprised.
Beck wants to know, isn't that guy from Bojack in the new Chip and Dale movie?
I mean, Google it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't remember who the actor for Bojack is. Just, I mean, it would be way faster for you to Google it than to ask me.
This is true. Douglas wants to know, Fizz or Beetlejuice?
Oh. Why would you do that to me? Fizz. Fizz is considerably less gross. I love Beetlejuice, though.
Yeah. Levi or Levy, I'm not sure how to pronounce that one, says, alright, odd question, would Zavy own a long Furby?
Oh my god. I don't feel like he'd search it out, but if someone gifted it to him, he would think it was the most beautiful thing in the world. He'd just be like, what is this? I don't know. I love it. It's a new friend.
Now I'm writing that down for Ronan. You know I love Furbies.
I know you love Furbies.
I don't know what it is. That has been a hyperfixation since I was 8 years old.
I had one. I never really, like... I don't know. I feel like Zavy would also be very amused by Worm on a String.
Most likely. Verity, Ask Calen is the new Ask Jeeves.
See, I admit, like, and this is, like, no disrespect towards anyone in the server, but I see constantly where people will, like, ask questions in the server, and it's like, guys, just ask on, like, just go to Google. Just Google it, because you'll find your answer like that instead of asking it in a server or asking your friend and then, like, waiting for them to respond and hearing that they don't know. Like, just Google.
Ida says, platypus or giraffe?
Platypus. They're more portable.
More portable, but also they will bite you without an inch of regret. I'd go with that giraffe and ride on its back.
But how would you get onto its back?
With a rope ladder.
See, I'd rather have a platypus because they're poisonous, and if anyone pisses me off, I can just be like, platypus, go!
Fair. Fair. This could just be a Pokemon, yes.
Platypus, I choose you!
Cowgirl says, what video games have you played so far?
You're gonna make me list everything that I've ever played? Or, like... God, I'm not a huge gamer, but there's also so many that it's like, it's gonna take me a really long time to list all of them.
Well, why don't you go ahead and just pick out a few that you have really enjoyed?
Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. So what's really funny is actually when we were watching Star Wars, yesterday, during the pod racing sequence, I remembered I actually, as a kid, had the pod racing game, and I had this huge urge to play it again. I used to play that all the time, the pod racing game. One of the Katamari games, I think it was called We Love Katamari, I loved that. I literally bought the system just to play it. I don't know. We're just gonna go with those ones.
Alrighty. Saucer Sauce says, what is your favorite food?
It's gonna sound silly, but soups, sandwiches, and sushi. The three S's.
To be honest, those are some really good comfort food there.
Yeah. My favorite soup is potato leek. And then my second favorite soup is the beef stew that I make.
Potato leek sounds really good. I've never tried that before.
I love potato leek soup.
My favorite is to do like potato and corn chowder and sometimes add some chicken and veggies to it.
That sounds good. I like potato.
Douglas says, would you rather eat a deer or eat a rabbit?
Deer. If you don't cook rabbit properly, it's very acidic.
Yeah, I have had rabbit once, and we cooked it properly, but it's very gamey, and I just don't like that. Whereas deer, it's a lot easier to work with the flavors.
Yeah. I have also eaten emu in the past. That's why I find it funny when people are like, Disney turkey legs are emu, and it's like, no, it's not. You're just fucking stupid, and you don't comprehend that a turkey is that big.
Yeah, like, turkeys are bigger than chickens. Don't sit there and imagine you're gonna get a chicken leg.
Well, they also were like, oh, it's because of how it's flavored, and it's like, no, it's because of the way it's cooked. It's not an emu. Do you comprehend how big emus are? Oh my god.
Like, an emu leg would, like, if you're getting a drumstick, that would be like 3 times the size of a turkey leg.
Yeah.
People are stupid.
Yeah.
Verity says, the 18th century scientific community attacked. Platypus used confusion. It's super effective.
Yep.
Not wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Ida says, do you believe in mermaids?
I like to believe in the idea of mermaids. I don't know if they actually exist in our world or not, but we'll go with yeah.
Cowgirl says, do you like ramen?
I do. I love ramen. There's a place around here called Super Saiyan, and it is actually Dragon Ball Z themed ramen. I don't really care about Dragon Ball Z at all, but their ramen is hella good.
I forgot that was in Florida.
Yeah.
When I visit you, can we go there?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
So
Boss Girl says, I leave for a minute and I walk back to emu to turkey comparison.
Yeah.
Saucer Sauce says, why is there fireworks?
If you read the title of the thing, that is why. And also, the very first, like, 20 minutes of the stream, I was explaining, the title of the stream.
Yep. Yeah. Ida says, have you seen the Land Before Time movies?
I have seen a good majority of them, but there's, like, freaking, like, 13 of them, so not all of them.
I watched the first 8. I had kind of grown out of Land Before Time before the last ones came out.
Mm-hmm.
But that was, like, one of my first, that was one of my first kids' movies that I can remember.
Yeah, they got progressively worse and worse, so, you know, I don't blame you for stopping.
Yeah, they really did. And actually, I remember distinctly, I can't remember what I used to call it ahead of time, but it taught me the word thirsty. Because I had to ask my mom, what does thirsty mean?
Uh-huh.
And she explained it to me using the word that I used, and I can't remember for the life of me what I used to call it.
Uh-huh. See, what's funny is, I don't remember which one it is, but there was, like, a bully dinosaur that for some reason I had kind of a crush on, and I don't know why. It was in the... I also used to see the commercial for it all the time on one of the other VHSs that I have, so all I remember is, when you're big, you can do anything you want to do, and, like, that, because they used, like, a clip of the song for the commercial, and, like, for some reason I zoned in on that particular dinosaur.
Oh, man, there's, so the other song from the series that I remember is The Lone Dinosaur.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was the second movie. But yeah, there's that one, and I remember the bully dino you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. And Chomper, the little sharp tooth that they took in, and he was their friend.
Oh, Chomper's so cute.
Mm-hmm.
Snoozy says, opinions on the Bee movie.
You like jazz?
How did I know you were gonna do that?
Yeah. Oh god, I just remembered another dinosaur. There was a dinosaur that was voiced by Rob Paulson. It was like these two dinosaurs. They literally sang a song about eggs. One of them was obsessed with eggs because he wanted to eat it, but it was like an oddly sexual song.
I also remember these two characters that were like, I need you like I need another hole in my head. I can't remember which one that was, though.
Did they actually say that?
There was something. Hold on.
Huh. I'm curious now.
Who Needs You? Song from Land Before Time.
Oh
Journey
my
Through the
God.
Mists. Icky and Dill.
I don't know. I'd have to see them.
I know. I'm just gonna like yeet you the song at some point. It's
Okay.
a villain song from the fourth one.
Yeah. Egg. I see the egg emojis. Egg. It's
You're gonna turn
an entire song about
You're
eggs.
gonna turn your whole chat just into egg again.
Egg.
Ah, the bully dinosaur was from the third movie.
Aha. Oh my God, sorry.
Oh no, the next recommended song after Who Needs You is Eggs.
Egg. You should watch the egg song. Hold on, I see there's a question in there. What is that? I can't read. Calen, who's your least favorite Sonic character? Mine is Big the Cat. Fluggy! Why are you Fluggy? Yeah, I don't really like Big the Cat either. He's kind of useless, honestly. I also, actually, my least favorite character is Amy. I know that I will get, like, shit on non-stop by a lot of people in the fandom for that, but Amy annoys the shit out of me. I would have to make a whole video talking about why I don't like Amy. Egg.
I mean, that would be some content.
Yeah.
See, I'm just not a fan of Sonic in general, but as far as characters that annoy me,
Yeah.
I think the character that annoys me the most is Tails, if I'm honest.
My child!
I know, but it's just like Shippo and Inuyasha annoyed the crap out of me.
I also love Shippo.
See, I find Tails and Shippo just so aggravating to me, and I don't know why.
I have to disown you now. You dislike my child. I was so excited that Tails was in the Sonic movie that they came out with. It was so cute. Their bond was so sweet. It was just...
Okay, I'll hop off the call now.
My child.
Although, to be fair, if I do actually wind up watching the movie, I might like Tails more. Because the thing is, I'm not exposed to any of the canonical Tails content either.
Yeah. It also depends on which version of Tails, admittedly. Because in some he's just kind of there and he's just Sonic! And in others, like, the ones that work properly are where he actually, you know, he's the child genius and he pulls his own.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I think the only ones that I've actually seen, he was kind of a whiny little brat.
Yeah.
And that's just stuff that hubby was watching that I just glanced over occasionally, so I've had no actual reference point for Tails other than, wow, he's annoying.
It kind of sounds like he was just watching the series that's literally just called Sonic the Hedgehog. In which case Tails is just kind of there. Tails is just like the child sidekick.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, in the ones where he actually like pulls his own, what he does in this movie, and he's like the inventor, and they actually explore that with him. He's a great character.
Okay, actually, if you recommend whatever series that is with me and whatnot, I will watch it, and I will let you know how I feel about Tails after.
You should definitely watch this movie, and I will have to go through and figure out like which ones, because also there are some where Tails is just, in a lot of them, he's just not the focus. So, like, for example, in Sonic Underground, which is a fever dream in and of itself, I was showing it to G-Knight, and G-Knight was like, what the fuck are you showing me? And I was like, I don't even know, man. Tails just, like, isn't in existence at all, because they focus on Sonic and his two siblings that they made up specifically for that series. And then G-Knight
What's funny is Sonic Underground is the only one I've watched a full episode of.
It's so bad. It's got a banger theme song, though.
It really does. The theme song's great.
I wouldn't stop singing it every time it came on when I was showing it to G-Knight, and also he was laughing at me because the wolf villain character kept showing up, and I was just like, hello, I'd smash you, bend over.
I mean, Oh, Nexus says, what would be the opposite of the My Beloved vids, featuring least favorite characters and why they're disliked?
Oh god. Actually I have something kind of like that. So it's the one where I talk about Cass Milligan from Balan Wonderworld. So it's just it's called Cass Milligan, Balan Wonderworld's biggest oopsie, where I talked about like why her character is horrible and why she's kind of like detrimental to the plot and stuff like that and why they shouldn't have done what they did. So it wouldn't necessarily be me talking about why I don't like a character. It would be me talking about like why the character wasn't written well.
Yeah, fair enough. Alexander recommends My Reviled for a name for a series like that.
Oh god.
Ida Montgomery says, what is your favorite Harry Potter movie and character?
Honestly, I don't fully know. I pulled away from Harry Potter a lot after all the stuff with J.K. Rowling started going down. I liked Harry Potter. I wasn't like super into it. My favorite character is probably Luna. Luna Lovegood. I like her. I also, I definitely like, why am I forgetting what his name is? Lupin. Professor Lupin.
Very solid choices.
Yeah, I don't really have a favorite movie.
Yeah. I used to be really big into the Harry Potter fandom. Again, I also pulled away after J.K. Rowling.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite movie is probably Prisoner of Azkaban.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly because I love the frickin' hippogriffs.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, the hippogriffs are fantastic.
Oh yes. But my favorite character is probably Snape.
Mm-hmm. Not surprised. Snape is a good choice.
He is, actually. I like the whole double agent thing, though, to be fair, when you start to learn more about him due to, like, the last book and everything,
Mm-hmm.
I sort of fell out of enjoying Snape as a character because his justification for doing a good thing was because he was obsessed with Harry's mom.
Mm-hmm.
Which rubbed me the wrong way.
Yeah, I agree with that. Also, just, like, it really bothers me that, like, Harry's parents are looked at as, like, these heroes, but his dad was just an absolutely fucking shitty person in school. And
he was a bully.
He was a bully, so it's just, like, cool, Lily went for a bully, which really doesn't make her that much better than him, because she was, like, letting him bully Snape. And, like, they pulled some shit at the end. I didn't like that.
Neither did I. Also, G Knight says my favorite Harry Potter character is the dragons.
Of course, I'm not surprised.
The other day I was watching The Circle and they actually said what was the dragon that Harry Potter faced against in the Triwizard Tournament, and I'm like, it's either the Norwegian Ridgeback or the Hungarian Horntail. I'm rusty. How do I even remember those dragons' names?
I'm pretty sure it was the Hungarian Horntail.
It was, and I had said Norwegian Ridgeback, and I'm like, I'm gonna be pissed if it's the Horntail.
Yeah.
Beck says, what's your ideal coffee/tea mug?
Oh, I have a few favorites actually. The one that I'm drinking out of the most right now is the one that I got from the Beetlejuice musical. It's got a sandworm on it. It's also a really nice like texture on the outside. It's really hard to describe, but it feels nice to like run your finger along it. I really like that coffee mug right now. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with that one. That one's my favorite currently.
Honestly, solid choice, and it sounds amazing. I recently got some texture tape to attach to my desk so I can just rub it as a tactile thing.
Yeah.
Ida wants to know, what is your favorite version of Alice in Wonderland?
Oh, there's so many. There's so many. There was like a whole point in time where people were like making non-stop versions of Alice in Wonderland. I actually had my own version. It was like an anime version that I worked on with like a bunch of my OCs. There was a weird like TV movie series set. It was like two movies. I don't remember. I don't actually remember what it's called. That's the worst part. And there was a whole song with a really disturbing baby puppet, and it was Beat the Baby When He Sneezes. I don't know. It was that's probably my favorite version, even though it's kind of like a fever dream. And it has Gene Wilder in it, actually, as the turtle that sings the beautiful soup song.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
interesting.
Yeah. I barely remember that version, but I know that I really liked it when it came out. I watched it a lot. My grandma actually like recorded it, and I watched it.
So my favorite, and the only way I know to describe it, because I think it was a game and I can't remember the title of it, but it had a gray Cheshire cat that was like
McGee.
super slim.
America McGee's Alice. I know exactly what that is. I used to stare at the picture of that Cheshire cat all the time. I never played it. It's like goth Alice in Wonderland.
Thank you, that's my favorite.
Yeah.
May wants to know what's your favorite type of Oreos.
I don't really know. I think I just like plain Oreos. The other Oreos are fun as like a gimmick. They're fun to just like have every once in a while, but if I'm just gonna straight up be wanting to eat Oreos, I will just go for a normal Oreo. You guys reminded me I have ice cream in the fridge. Or freezer, rather. I hope it's not in the fridge.
I was about to say, in the fridge, that might be dangerous.
It's fine. It's like a milkshake now.
There you go. Saucer Sauce says, who's your favorite South Park character?
Kyle. I don't know why, I just remember he was always my favorite.
See, my favorite is Chef. I just like Chef. When he randomly bursts into singing.
Uh-huh.
Ida says, what's your favorite Tim Burton movie?
You guys keep asking me these really vast questions. Shit. I don't know.
I know my favorite.
Yeah?
This is Halloween, this is Halloween. Look, I'm basic. I love it.
Hold on. I literally have to look up a list. You guys keep making me need to look up lists. Let's see. He's done so many. Because I think everybody's just thinking, like, animated movies, and it's like, but he's done stuff like Sleepy Hollow, he's done Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, he did Batman movies, he did Big Fish, he did Planet of the Apes, he did fucking Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Oh yeah, Tim Burton's done a lot of amazing work.
Yeah.
Nightmare Before Christmas will always have a special place in my heart.
See, I love Beetlejuice. Obviously, Beetlejuice is one of my top favorites. Edward Scissorhands is fantastic. I now, as an adult, love Mars Attacks. Mars Attacks actually scared me as a child. He's done so many. I did love the Batman movie that he did. I don't know if I can pick just a straight-up favorite, but I'm probably gonna say it's probably a tie between Beetlejuice and Edward Scissorhands.
Fair opinion, honestly. Snoozy wants to know, what would you think of a stop-motion Tim Burton-style movie of Little Nightmares?
Oh, that'd be so cool. That would be, like, the perfect style to do that in, honestly.
It would be, because the game itself is almost a Tim Burton-esque style.
Yeah, it is.
Also, you cool if I run for a pee break real quick?
You are never allowed to pee. Yes, go for it. I can keep answering questions in the meantime. I can just squint and, like, lean forward.
Sounds good. I'll leave you with one and then run. Molly says, have you heard the voice play cover of Oogie Boogie? The voice dips real low at the end.
Have not. Okay, go pee.
Be right back.
Mm-hmm. I have not seen Song of the Sea or Wolfwalkers. They look like they're beautiful. They look like they have a wonderful style, but I have not seen them yet. He did 2 Batmans. Yeah, he did. He did 2 different Batman movies. That's right. God, I'm sorry. I just think of Batman movies and I think of the one. I know everyone hates this movie, but I loved the one with Poison Ivy and Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze. I loved that movie because I loved Poison Ivy. Like, absolutely love her. She's gorgeous. Uma Thurman did amazing in that. It's so good. It's so bad, but it's so good. What's your favorite character from Little Nightmares? Ooh. I mean... Oh, no, I don't remember what I named them now. The little gnomey guys. I love the little gnomes. I named them. What did I name them? I might have to watch back through those 2 streams again. Because I called them all a singular name, and I don't remember what it was now. But yeah, Batman and Robin. Yeah, that's the one. I love that movie. When they introduce Poison Ivy out of the gorilla suit, that was definitely like one of the many like gay awakenings I had as a child. Gebry, that's right. We named them all Gebry. Gebry or Jebry? Jebry, I don't know. It's fine. We'll switch depending on which one it is. Gebry and Jebrys. Yeah. Robin was wearing poison, rubber lips so he didn't get poisoned. Yeah, that's true. What would Zavy's Pokemon team look like? Dude, you guys keep asking such vast questions. I would literally have to think about that because I would actually have to go through the entire list of Pokemon to build him a team. And there's like over 800 of the little shits at this point. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know. I would literally have to build it. Because there's just so many. I can't come off the top of my head out of 800 of them. Just like out of nowhere. Because I also have to figure out what kind of theme he would have. Like, would I just go with a comfort theme? Would I go with, like, a sleep-based team? Would he have, like, a type? Would he just have all ones that were, like, purple? Like, I would literally have to... I would have to go through the entirety of Pokemon to build that.
Hello.
Hello! How you doing? What do you think about Roxanne Wolf? She's my least favorite character. She kind of annoys me.
Just saying, I already know Zavy would have Mareep in his Pokemon team.
Oh, that's true, Mareep, because,
and
it's a
Wooloo.
sheep. Yeah, they were asking me what his team was, and I'm like, guys, there's over 800. You'd actually have to give me time to, like, build that. I think that's a question for you, because I don't have a husband. I am not married.
Oh, it might be a question for me. I play Minecraft. The only Minecraft that hubby plays is Minecraft Dungeons.
Yeah, Calen is a single Pringle. I am not involved with anyone.
Yes, Calen is single, Nexie is married. Oh, Snoozy, that is cute, though. Whatever his team would be, I would like to join him in his adventures.
Aww.
That would be fun.
That would be so cute.
Excuse me while I jammed to Despacito for a moment.
Oh my god, I can't play it, we're on stream. Damn it. I was literally gonna be like, that's so sad, play Despacito, and then she would play it, but yeah, I can't.
Oh yeah. Saucer Sauce says, do you play Super Smash Brothers? I do.
I do not. Again, video game questions, if you ask me if I play a video game, the answer is most likely going to be no.
Yeah, unless it's actually something that Calen plays on stream, it's likely that she doesn't play it.
Yeah. Douglas, that's not really something that needs to be fixed. It's not a problem.
Nope. Being single is perfectly fine.
I almost think in a weird sort of way, I'm not fully aromantic, but I'm definitely on the aromantic spectrum because I can go very, very long spans of time without, being with someone. Mango and I were talking about it actually yesterday. The two of us broke up 4 years ago. We're obviously still friends, but we broke up 4 years ago, and I have not until very recently had a crush on anyone in those 4 years. It's not a thing that I prioritize.
I think that would actually be, you know how there's gray asexual? I think that would be gray aromantic as well.
Yeah, that would make sense. Like, when it comes to who I can get a crush on, it's anyone, so that's where the pan aspect comes in. But when it comes to, like, when or how much, it's definitely that gray aromantic, and then I am definitely fully asexual, because, like, I'll talk about wanting to smash characters up and down, but as soon as somebody tries to touch me, I'm just like, get away from me. I don't want it. I don't want it. I'm not really that big on a lot of physical affection either. Like, I will hold hands. I will lean on someone's shoulder. That's pretty much it. I don't really like kissing on cheeks is fine. Sometimes kissing lips is tolerable. I don't like body fluids. So, like, if someone wants to make out with me, I'm just like, no. No. I don't want it.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same.
I like the emotional aspect of relationships. I would like to be, like, emotionally dating someone, but with physical stuff, it's just kind of like, nah, let's not.
Yeah, and honestly, a deep friendship can fill that emotional need in most spaces, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty much.
Nixus says, very happy with my imaginary relationships with fictional characters. Myself as well. Especially when I have someone who's so good at writing as Calen to roleplay those ideas and bounce them off of as well.
Hi.
I love that little gremlin voice you chose for that.
Hi. I'm just here.
Alexander says, if you could play any video game very well, what would you play?
I don't know.
I have an answer, but it's not for fun.
What?
So, if I could play any video game really well, it would be Overwatch so that I could join the esports and win hella bank.
Yeah, I was literally about to say, like, I don't have a specific game, but if it's a game that I could make money off of, then I would probably choose that so that I could monetize. So then I could do that for money instead of going to work, and then I could put all of that money into creating things. I very much really want to try and get a lot of the stuff that I'm doing on YouTube to take off more so that I can be at work far less. Because it's actually a dream of mine for the characters that I create to be so popular, or at least loved rather, that like people will buy stuff of them, and I could like go to conventions and like have a table where I could like vend, and like people would like come to the table and like talk to me about characters and would like buy like, you know, stickers and buttons and t-shirts and stuff with these characters on them. But like that's literally my dream, is just for people to enjoy what I do to the point that like they'd be willing to like say that they love these characters that much, you know?
Yep. And honestly, that would be a good starting point for it as well.
Yeah.
And you could market the whole thing too.
Yeah.
Saucer Sauce says, Calen, do you watch Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends?
I did as a kid. I haven't watched it in a very long time.
My favorite's Mr. Harriman.
I love Mr. Harriman. I do.
I loved that episode where he was being like the cute imaginary friend for
Oh, the granny, he did the dance?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that.
Are you under the weather and down in the dumpty?
Oh my god. Oh,
I love it.
I hunger.
Well, we have been going for 2.5 hours, so it might be time for you to take a break for food.
Maybe. I've been having a lot of fun chatting, though. I almost don't want to stop chatting. I just also need food.
Oh no, I totally get it. This is a lot of fun.
Yeah. Would anyone mind if I ate on stream? Because I could always go, like, heat something up and bring it back.
I don't think anyone will care, especially because you usually cover the sound of eating with the, with your gremlin noises, so.
That's true. I try actively to make sure that I'm not, being gross. How far are we in the music? Okay, we still got some time before the music ends. Alright, amuse them. I'll be right back with food.
Okie dokie, I will try.
Okay.
Ah, Madame Foster, yes. I love Madame Foster, too. She was a really great character. So what mischief are you guys up to? Our lovely little stream chat. I'm really glad you all are down with Calen sitting there and eating during the stream, because it makes it a little easier on her to go ahead and stream over a long period of time. I always worry about her not taking care of herself because she's self-conscious about eating on stream. I don't want to know what mischief you're up to, G-Knight. Okay. What song is in my head? I'm actually listening to Thanks for the Memories by Fall Out Boy. Saucer Sauce, my name is Nex. Nice to meet you. I'm also Pop Cosmic in, chat. Beck, you just ordered Taco Bell. Ooh, what did you order? Sounds yummy. Levy, trying to finish a Clown OC? That's great. I love Clown OCs, if I'm being honest. Do ASMR? Oh god, no. My voice is not good for ASMR. Alex, we appreciate that. It's definitely a lot of fun talking to her as her friend, too. Serotonin abounds. I have known Calen for a little bit over a year. We met in March of 2021, and we hit it off almost immediately. We met through my online business, and we just did not stop talking, and she's actually the one who got me into Hell of a Boss and Has Been Hotel. And if you hear any struggle noises, I am currently opening an Amazon package. Ooh, a steak quesadilla with tomatoes and chips and cheese. That sounds delicious. My favorite Taco Bell item is... I really like the nacho fries. I also like the chicken chipotle melt, but I get it without chipotle because I'm a weenie when it comes to, I'm a weenie.
Hello.
What's up? Hello.
Hi. I have a microwave burrito and some chips, and I cracked open a can of Coke Starlight.
Very nice.
Hey, Coke, you want to sponsor me?
You know, if Dr. Pepper would sponsor me, I'd go back to, drinking soda again. May, how's Frazzy Bear doing? I wouldn't know, but Calen may.
Frazzy's doing pretty good. I mean, you could always just go follow them on Twitter, and you could ask them yourself. Ooh, God, that's a lot of noise. Sorry. Trying to open
This
up
is
my burrito.
true. Douglas, my business I am not comfortable sharing because I do not want to, merge those two sides of my life.
But you should give them all the link to your channel.
Oh, this is true. I do have a YouTube channel now, and it's not Pop Cosmic, as Calen found out recently.
Mm-hmm.
I really should have sent you the link to that channel first.
Yeah! I was like, where are these videos? I know you said they were coming out.
Yeah, I was sitting there going, okay, it's live now, and you're just like, where is it?
Yeah. No.
And you didn't even say anything for like 2 or 3 days either.
I was so afraid that you were gonna be like, why didn't you watch it yet? That I was like, I just need to figure out how to find it on my own.
Nope, it's all my fault.
Mm.
You cool if I just paste that on in a chat?
Yeah, do it. Do it. Plug yourself, please. Oh, hot. Hot.
Alrighty.
It's so hot.
And, Saucer Sauce, I do not watch Oni plays. I do not.
I do not either.
And I am not a fan of Adventure Time. I don't know what it is. It just didn't really click for me.
It's okay. That's how I feel about it. Like, it's fine. Nom 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 nom.
Saucer Sauce says, do you watch My Life as a Teenage Robot?
I did, as a kid. Actually,
Same.
as a kid, I had a crush on Sheldon. I don't know why. He definitely fits into the pathetic category.
So does that mean you also liked Ron Stoppable?
Actually, yeah. I did.
How did I know? If it's pathetic sidekick.
Also, Shigo, my beloved. Ugh.
Oh, Shigo.
Shigo.
Oh. And to some degree, Dr. Draken for me.
Same, actually. I was like, I don't know why I like this, but I kind of like this.
Right? Like, I guess it's again, he's like a pathetic villain. He would be nothing without Shigo, and Shigo's the true badass, and I love that dynamic.
Yeah. Also from... Huh?
Oh, I was just gonna say, and the fact that, like, Shigo still lets him be in charge, even though she would do much better to run it.
Yeah. Also, Saucer Sauce, I know that Jenny is a robot, but she is meant to have the mind of a teenager, so we're not gonna sexualize her because she's technically a minor in that case. However, Vexus? Queen Vexus, please, yes, thank you.
Hang on, let me... Hold on. I forgot who Queen Vexus is, so I must look up.
Oh! She's voiced by the same woman who voices, Yzma from Emperor's New Groove.
Oh! Vexus! I love Vexus! I remember!
I love her. Mommy? Sorry. Mommy?
Right? May says, are you hyped for the Hell of a Boss finale?
On one hand, I'm hype. On the other hand, like, as horrible as this is gonna sound, I've kind of stopped caring for the moment.
When it comes to the finale, because of how the fandom's been and how it's all recycled content right now, I'm sort of put off of Hell of a Boss up until the finale drops.
Once it drops, I will definitely get that hyperfixation back, but between how long it's taking and the fact that I had some person come into my comments the other day literally demanding that I make more Hell of a Boss content even though I literally have nothing to go off of, I'm very put off of the fandom right now. I'm not even gonna lie. I've already said that, like, I'm not gonna make more content until we actually get more of the series, that I have stuff to go by, because I'm not gonna be one of those people, like a channel that I'm not going to mention right now, but that you know of because you even said it, where, like, they say stuff and it's so wrong that Viv feels the need to actually post something as a correction.
I loved that sass, though.
She was so sassy and so salty.
It.
Like, it was kind of hilarious. I loved
and
it.
And no one picked up on it, either.
No one realized the fact that she was basically backhandedly, correcting them on them stirring the fandom into a frenzy about something that was not correct. So, that's why I'm not making Hell of a Has-Been videos at the moment, is because I don't want to be one of those people. I don't want to be one of those people who's coming up with theories that don't fucking work and don't make any sense whatsoever just for the sake of having content and just for the sake of making money off of you guys. I will not do that to you. And I don't want to contribute to a fandom that will take things and run with them as though they are canon, even though they are very much not. So, like, when we get more episodes and when Has-Been drops, I will absolutely be covering more. I will be doing more flashbacks. I'll do more, like, character comparisons of, like, how they started versus how they wound up. But for right now, I don't have enough to go off of, because this person was just like, we've had the design drops, or the redesign drops, and we've had the sneak peek. The sneak peek is a GIF. It's a 2-second GIF of a hellhound partying in a beehive, which we've already seen, basically, in the other stuff. Like, it's not that much new. It's just a new character design. And, like, the redesigns, like, yeah, they're redesigns. The only thing I can say is, hey, here's a redesign. I like it or I don't like it. That's pretty much it. I can't give Nex a hug because Nex is not in the same state as me. We're not in the same room together, friend.
I'm like, what, 10 hours north of you?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Something like that.
That would be one hell of a thing to do just for a hug. But all of the virtual hugs.
But yeah.
Yeah, and additionally, one, there's not enough content, and two, if you want to simp for Zavy, simp for Zavy. It's your OC. He was made to be simped over.
This person, actually, my God. The comments are still up. I didn't delete all of them. This person sent me 10 different comments on the Zavy Pillow giveaway video. I deleted like 5 of them, but the other 5 are still up. And they told me to stop simping over Zavy and to come back to the light, and I can't believe you've sunk so low. And it's like, Zavy is my character. I made him. I am making original content with him. So fuck off on telling me that your entitled ass needs more Hell of a Has-Been videos when I'm making something original of my own. That's bullshitty. That is a shitty thing to do to somebody.
Yeah. And I'm honestly just glad that you were angry rather than actually upset or self-conscious about that.
Oh yeah, no, that makes me want to be petty. That makes me literally want to be like, cool, you're not getting any Hell of a Has-Been videos ever again, which I won't do, because obviously there will be more in the future. But, like, when I get mad, I get petty, so I'm just like, you don't like Zavy? There will be more Zavy. If you don't like it, fuck off.
Yes, please keep bringing that Zavy content. I like this level of pettiness. Nexus says, for real though, I went from the Hell of a Boss Has-Been Hotel fandom straight into the Moon Bunnies fandom. Yay. Here to stay for the rest of my life. Clown cult supremacy!
Thank you. That makes me real happy.
Oh yeah. Man, I am so sorry. Why sorry? I am so excited for your original project. I cannot English.
English is hard. I'm still eating, so I'm just like,
Levi says, we're here for the Zavy supremacy. Same. I'm here for the Zavy supremacy and the new character supremacy.
Oh my god, I can't wait for you guys to see the new character. I can't wait. I want to see how many people freak out over them.
I am so excited that I got to see the design process on that one. Ugh.
I mean, you're going to see more of the design process because I still have to do their face.
I know, but just the clothing and knowing their backstory. Ugh.
I have worked very hard on this.
You have, and it has been wonderful. Laren says, yeah, I'm honestly very disconnected from the hell of a fandom as a whole, not on Twitter or anything. I just really enjoy thinking and theorizing about stuff. It's fun for me, but they're just theories.
Yeah, and, like, that's what's really important, though, Laren, and that's why I honestly really respect you about that, is that, like, you recognize the difference. Sorry, I'm talking with my mouth full. You recognize the difference between these are theories and these are my headcanons, and then this is actually canon. A lot of people are making theories, and then the rest of the fandom will pick it up and be like, this is canon! And it's like, no, it's not. We have no idea. You can't say this is canon. Like, you can say that you like the headcanon. You can say that you're doing it as an AU, but you cannot claim that it is canon. You know?
Yep, and we definitely love someone who can actually tell the difference. Rainer says, more Zavy. That sounds like an opposite of a problem.
Right?
Beck says, honestly, this is the only YouTube channel with has-been hell of a videos that I find tolerable. The others I've seen make me uncomfortable, and honestly, I love your channel. Great stuff.
Thank you. I honestly really try to be down to earth about stuff. I really try to make sure that, like, I'm recognizing, like, hey, you know, this is what I'm thinking of, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna be true. Like that video that I made that was a theory of, what if OG Fizz is asexual? Like, and I even state multiple times in the video, I'm like, this is a theory. I don't know if this is true. These are the reasons why I think it might be true. But also, until more comes out, we don't know. So, like, I always try to say it, whereas, like, a lot of people will come up with theories in their channels, and then they'll treat it, again, as though it's canon, and that's really frustrating.
Oh, yeah, and it always takes Twitter by storm, for some reason.
Yeah, exactly.
Alex says, I am not a clown simp, but by God, I support all of you, the clown simping.
Oh, thank you.
Levi says, funny thing, I didn't understand the whole clown craze until Zavy showed up. Now I get it. And I have to finish Aurora and Twilight for FNAF, and I'm having so much fun.
I'm glad you're having fun. That's the thing. It always takes, like, either a particular clown or a particular media for someone to get sucked into the clown craze. And then, like, once you're in it, there's no escaping.
Yeah, Zavy has been my demise. But we always support making OCs that make you happy. Laren says, oh gosh, thank you for saying that. I really appreciate having a space to share things like that.
You do, and I appreciate you.
Saucer Sauce says, who's your favorite Simpsons character?
Sideshow Bob. Definitely. I'm sorry, I hope I'm not crunching too loudly with these chips.
Oh no, you're totally fine.
Okay.
I can barely hear anything, but Discord is weird about that.
I'm hoping that, like, the music is kind of just, like, covering up any, like, crunchy noises.
Probably is. There's this one game that I can't remember if it was Jack or Mark played it, where it was, like, all about trying to put together a lunch that had the softest crunch, and the person was so self-conscious where it's like, but if there is a large crunch, then I will surely be fired. And it was just like this visual novel written on sticky notes or something.
Oh my god, it's kind of hilarious.
It really is, and like, they had the loudest crunch, like if you picked the potato chips with the loudest crunch or something, the boss like gives you a promotion because you're confident enough to crunch in the office. It's the dumbest thing, but it's hysterical.
I just get self-conscious because, there was like that one stream where Brandon Rogers was fucking eating cheese out of a bag, and for some reason, not only did he not mute himself, his microphone was the loudest out of everybody's microphone, and all I heard were the lip smacking noises for like a straight half hour, and it was to the point where Ashley was even like, Brandon, stop eating cheese, and like it made it unbearable to listen to the stream because I have audio sensitivity, and so it was too much for me, and I couldn't handle it, and I don't want to do that to anyone else.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. And because you're respectful about it, that's why it's a lot easier for you to get away with it.
Mm-hmm. Like, nothing against Brandon as a person. I just don't like listening to him eat cheese.
Well, to be fair, you don't like listening to anyone eat
Yeah.
cheese during a stream. So, like, it makes enough sense. It's not like you're singling Brandon out. It's just, that's the one experience you have it tied to.
I don't understand why people like watching mukbangs. It's the most fucking disgusting thing to me.
Mukbangs just drive me nuts. And also, to a degree, ASMR drives me nuts.
Certain ASMR. I actually have been getting into it. There are some things that I really like. For some reason, the most popular ASMR thing that I've, because I watch on TikTok, I've been watching people do ASMR at night, and the thing that gets, like, people demand it is a TikTok, it's a ASMR trigger called bugs, and I fucking hate it. It's mouth noises, and it's like, it's somebody getting really close to the mic, and they're, like, basically pretending to look for bugs in the long, fluffy microphone cover and, like, plucking them out, but they literally get really, really close. I don't even know if I can replicate it, and they just, I'm, you know, I shouldn't even do it, because I hate the way it sounds, so I'm not gonna do it to you, because you're not gonna enjoy it. And I don't understand why that's the most popular ASMR trigger, because I cannot stand it. So, like, I kind of want to do a couple of ASMR things, and I've got very particular triggers that I personally enjoy that I'm gonna be using in them. But, like, there's some that I'm just like, I hate this. Like, one is, trigger words, and so the person will say, they'll whisper the word over and over and over again, and I don't like that. Like, if you're gonna whisper, just whisper normally, but when they sit there and they say, like, the word thank you, like, over and over and over again, that, like, distracts me away from whatever else they're doing, and I don't like it.
Oh yeah, makes sense. I like the, there have been a few that I've come across that are like character ASMR, and I know Reed does some of it and that sort of thing.
Oh no,
Reed
he
does
doesn't.
it
That was
very
a joke.
tactfully.
That was a joke.
That was a joke. The snoring one was actually, I actually enjoyed that one, which is funny.
He did that one because we were on a chat, and he did that as a joke to me, and I was like, there you go, there's your next video, Fizz ASMR, and he was like, seriously? And I was like, do it, and he did it because it was my idea.
What's really funny is I actually enjoyed that one. Like, the joke one I enjoyed, because I've been finding, like, character-based ones. Like, there are a couple of Monty ones that are actually interesting, and there was one Springtrap one that I enjoyed.
Yeah, the Fizz one was entirely a joke, and when people say that it was legitimately good, he sits there confused, like, what the fuck?
The thing is, though, it's because of the fact that it's soft noises that aren't mouth noises. And it's a little more immersive because it's a situational thing that could potentially happen. So I think that's what it is that I enjoyed about it.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to explain it for anyone else, but I did actually think it was good. Of course, it would be a joke one that I think's good.
Yeah, I think it's very cute. I actually do enjoy listening to it. I love when he burps in the middle of it. I think it's hilarious. That's the thing. Like, a lot of the noises that he was making, like, that's what made it a joke, is it wasn't supposed to be, like, an actually calming ASMR. It's like Fizz is drunk out of his mind, and he's just passed out on you, and he's belching in your ear, and, like, just, like, like, in the middle of things. Like, it was entirely a joke, and people took it seriously.
Yeah, and the other ones that I like are the, I don't know that they're ASMR, the ambience ones, where it's, like, locational ambience. Like, the one that really gets me is Heisenberg's Factory.
See, I don't totally think of that as ASMR, but, I do think it is very relaxing.
Yeah, no, I know that they're mostly just ambience tracks.
Yeah,
on a really long loop.
Is definitely different, yeah. Actually, what's funny is my favorite ASMR is something that, I'm sad because they never really do it for long enough, in my opinion, when they do it in streams, because they switch from trigger to trigger. My favorite is actually one that also relies on a visual trigger, and that is the head rubs. So they'll do a thing where they'll either run a brush or their fingers through the fluffy microphone, and they'll put their hand up to the camera as though they're running their fingers through your hair against your scalp. And that is my favorite, and literally, like, because I can, like, see their hands, so I can actually, like, envision the way that it feels, especially because I used to go to massage school, and it actually makes me crave physical touch. But, like, in a non-sexual way. Like, not at all. Like, it's literally, like, I miss, getting massages. Like, I actually really want to try and, like, save up and go get a massage because my body's just so sore, but also it's a form of positive touch that doesn't make me feel squeamish because I know that somebody's not expecting something of me out of it. And so, like, and that's the thing, I actually love when people play with my hair and, like, run their fingers through it, but the problem is people don't do it correctly. If that makes sense, they'll do the thing where they just kind of, like, pet the top of my hair, and that's not satisfying. It's not a satisfying touch. I actually really like when people, like, run their fingers through it and actually, like, rub my scalp. The hair brushing. Yeah, I really like the hair brushing one too. It's a little bit different, but it's basically the same concept where they'll put a hairbrush to the camera and it's like they're brushing your hair. It just feels so, like, strangely intimate in a non-sexual way, and I really like that with those particular ASMRs.
It sounds interesting. See, I actually, due to some issues with my mother when I was a child, I can't handle touch in general.
Yeah.
Like, I can get away with, like, hugging a friend and that sort of thing, but massages, I actually tried to do a massage once and wound up leaving the place in a panic.
Mm-hmm.
Because touch in general, like, it doesn't matter what kind of touch, I just can't really handle it.
Mm-hmm. See, like, I went to massage school, so we all got very comfortable with each other. We'd have to literally practice on each other in class, and so, like, I got used to having that touch. And that's the thing, that's the really good thing about massage, actually, is it is good for certain traumas because it does teach you positive touch in exchange for the negative touch that the traumas caused, or the things that caused the traumas caused, you know what I mean? So massage can actually be very beneficial for mental healing. So also it's very beneficial for people who have, like, body dysphoria or body dysmorphia, where, like, they feel disgusting and they worry about how people view them. But when you go into a massage room and this person touches your body in a non-sexual way with literally no judgment whatsoever, it actually helps them, like, kind of heal those mental wounds of being like, wow, this person who doesn't know me accepts me, and my body doesn't, like, my body shape doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like, there was a whole thing that we went into in massage school, like, about that, and it helps a lot of people out.
That is really interesting. It's like those videos you see online sometimes where it's like, this dog who's been abused their whole life gets pet positively for the first time and that sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like that.
Yeah. May says, did you ever sleep with stuffed animals?
I still kind of sleep with stuffed animals.
Yeah, like, I am not confident enough to actually bring my squishy to bed because my bed is a little bit fucked at the moment.
Yeah.
And I don't want to, like, wind up dropping it on the floor or anything, but I still hug pillows and all that.
Mm-hmm. So I can see Shauna said I've never gotten a professional massage before. If you want to get a professional massage and you've never gotten one before, I highly suggest starting with something called Swedish massage. And Swedish massage is basically like the lightest form. It's generally just to be soothing. It feels nice, but they're also not really doing any, like, work on you. If you get a deep tissue massage, they're going to be working out, like, a lot of the knots, and they're going to be like, helping your muscles and stuff like that. Massage is actually, it can be very, like, medical as well. And so, like, if you have muscles that are, like, hyper tensed, they can slowly, like, help you work it out. And so sometimes, admittedly, like, deep tissue or, like, the massage that helps you work out, like, damage, like chronic damage, it does hurt. I'm not gonna lie, some of that can hurt. I had in massage school, they helped me fix my shoulders actually, because if you slouch too much, your shoulders do actually like roll forward, and they're not supposed to be like that, and that can actually cause back pain. And a lot of people don't realize that if you have back pain, one of the biggest issues, like upper back pain, one of the biggest issues is not your back actually, it's your pec muscles. Your pec muscles are pulling your shoulders forward, they're pulling them very tightly, and then that is yanking on your back muscles, and that's why your back hurts. It's actually the pec muscles that need to be worked on, not the back muscles. And the way that you fix that is it's called, I think the move is called raking, where they're literally like massaging your pecs, like right above, like if you got titty, like right above your titty. And the move, we used to call it the pinch of doom, is you hook your finger basically into the person's armpit under the muscle, your thumb, and then you pinch it, and then you have the person slowly start stretching their arm upwards until it hurts, and it fucking hurts, and then you kind of have to wait for the pain to dull, and then you stretch a little bit more, and it's a very unpleasant move, but it does help fix the pec muscle and like make it calm the fuck down and stop yanking so much, and that in turn helps the back pain.
That's fascinating.
Bodies work in very strange ways. A lot of people don't realize that massage school literally is like accelerated medical school, because you have to remember all of the bones in the body. You have to remember every single muscle in the body, every single tendon in the body, and you have to remember where they all connect and what they do, because that you need to be able to write down essentially on a little medical chart like what the person's problem is. Like we also learned how to it's called watching their gait. Their gait is their walk. So you watch how someone's walking, and I can still like look at people and be like, yeah, no, your calf is way too tight because you're walking on the front portion of your foot instead of starting on the back and rolling forward. Or like, you know, if you're walking on like the outside of your foot or the inside of your foot, and like you can kind of like see if like people's hips are off kilter. And also like, you know, if you're looking at someone like from the side, sometimes their booty sticking out is not just because they have a big booty, it's because the muscles in their low back are yanking upwards, and therefore like you're jutting your butt out. Or the opposite of that, we used to call that J-Lo booty, and then the opposite of that we used to call grandpa crotch, because it's kind of like your crotch is like too far forward and you're pulling a grandpa move. There's a lot of stuff that you need to know for massage school.
That's really interesting. And what I find just as interesting is chiropractic probably actually has to learn a lot of the same stuff.
They do.
Because I remember when I went to my chiropractor, they had this one thing that they did where they tested where all of the lines were on my body, like if I was standing straight, what side I was leaning on, where I put most of my weight, etc. Yeah. And I remember a lot of what he was saying about that, because my back was in such bad shape from past injury when I was 13.
Yeah.
That like when they were reading the spasms of my muscles, he was like, "How is your entire back black?" Mm-hmm. Because black was like the highest spasming point, and he was like, "How bad does your back hurt?" And I'm like, "I'll be honest, when I live with this every day, I have no idea how bad it actually does hurt."
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah, so what's your opinion on chiropractic since you took massage schooling?
I went to a chiropractor once, actually. Hold on. I'm choking on shit.
Please don't die.
It was kind of painful. It actually like lodged itself under my tongue.
Ooh.
It was like poking. So I believe you have to learn massage before you then move forward with chiropractic. I don't remember. I went to a chiropractor once, and it definitely, that also very much helps, because in that case too, it's just kind of like, sorry, my brain blanked out. So like my neck, as an example, when I was going to the chiropractor, they definitely helped the right side of my neck stop being so tight. The left side of my neck is so insanely tight though that like, so I can crack the right side of my neck on my own now, thanks to the chiropractor. I can't crack the left side because the left side is too tight. And so as long as the chiropractor knows what they're doing, it is very, very beneficial for like helping to fix if your body's doing something out of whack. I actually think that like if your body hurts enough, like that badly, you should combine massage with a chiropractor, because it will help, because the massage will help loosen the muscles first, and then the chiropractor can do all of the bone cracking, and that will get everything to like relax and basically go back to its natural state.
Yeah, the chiropractor that I went to, he was a holistic doctor.
Ooh, okay.
And he also had a massage therapist in the same building.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of times, and he had like a lot of really cool machinery that you could do before you actually saw him, where you could like, there's the one where the bar rolls along your back.
Ooh.
To start cracking some of your back, which was really nice right before the appointment.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of, and there was one where you had to maintain your balance. But in any case, a lot of times he would actually recommend seeing the massage therapist right after a chiropractic appointment to help your muscles settle.
It honestly is a good idea, because my chiropractor was not the best, and he would crack my neck, and because he didn't do anything to make sure that the muscles relaxed afterwards, which, like, they had a massage therapist there, but he never sent me to see her, I would sometimes get migraines afterwards, because my body wasn't ready to not be warmed up ahead of time, to suddenly be cracked, and then just to be sent home, like, without any way to, like, calm it down after that sudden motion. So, like, if you find a really good chiropractor, it's great, but if you find one that doesn't care, like the one that I had, it's not going to be great.
Oh yeah, mine, he was amazing. I knew him, Beck, to answer your question, finding a good chiropractor, I was lucky. You have to do a lot of research and see the reviews on everyone before you can determine whether or not they're a good one. But, with the one that I went to, my husband's family was actually friends with this chiropractor. So I was very fortunate to get an in there. And he was excellent. There was always something before he did any cracking, and if it was a particularly strong crack day, like you were getting cracked all over your body, he would always recommend a massage afterwards. He also used the electromagnetic machine on my back, which sometimes it helped, sometimes it didn't. There were times where like the techs that were with him would sometimes do one pad slightly the wrong spot, and I'd wind up getting shocked along the top of my skin.
Oh god.
But he always fixed it if that happened, so.
Yeah, unfortunately, finding a good chiropractor, there's no good answer for that, because it's like finding a good doctor, finding a good therapist, anything like that. Unfortunately, it is very much trial and error.
Oh yeah, if you wind up going to a chiropractor and after a couple of sessions you are leaving in pain, just find another one.
Yeah, that's basically what was happening with me. Was I would be leaving and my neck would like hurt and I would get headaches, so I was like, no, I'm done with this.
You still there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Discord cut out for a second. I'm not sure if the stream audio cut out.
I don't know.
It happens. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
Saucer Sauce wants to know, do you watch Villainous?
I haven't seen it because it doesn't actually air in our country, so you have to like try and find it illegally. It's really hard to find it. I only just found a way to watch it, actually, and I sent it to Reed because he wanted to watch it.
Oh, is Villainous the one with Black Hat?
Yes. The man.
Didn't Mark voice the bear?
He did. He voiced the bear.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's Cartoon Network Mexico. That's why we didn't have it here.
Yeah.
And we have to watch it illegally.
Mm-hmm. I wish they'd brought it over here, honestly. It's a fantastic looking show.
Yeah, it definitely looks fantastic.
Yeah.
I've only seen little shorts from it.
Yeah, because the little shorts, they have those up on YouTube still. Those were before they made the whole series, and then the whole series, unfortunately, only came out on Mexican Cartoon Network.
Well, darn.
Sad. Please give me Black Hat.
Although, to be fair, if I wind up with a VPN, I can probably just hop over to Mexico HBO Max.
Sure enough. As long as they got subtitles, because it's all in Spanish.
Yeah, well, that's true, actually.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that. Crap, well, I guess it's time for me to grab my Spanish-English dictionary.
Oh my god. Pause every
I
sentence.
actually have 3. But there's a reason for that. Back when I worked at Dunkin' Donuts, I actually tried to communicate in Spanish as much as I could because over half of our employees were from Mexico.
Yeah.
And no, that is not any form of racism, legitimately from the country Mexico. Just, I'm not trying to stereotype.
No, you're good.
Yes, good old Espanol. I am very rusty. May the Bear wants to know, what is your favorite SpongeBob quote?
Honestly, it's been a really long time since I've watched SpongeBob, so I don't really know. I do still sing the Krusty Krab pizza song, though, so we're just gonna go with that. Oh, yes!
Fair enough.
Oh, no, he's hot! Okay, you know what? No, we're gonna go with that. Thank you, Alexander. I'm gonna go with that. That's my favorite actual quote.
Fair enough. I can't think of a single quote off the top of my head aside from, I'm ready!
Yeah.
G-Knight says, nah, bro, I'll be your translator.
Thank you, G-Knight.
We appreciate it. Great, now I can't get my back to crack now that we've been talking about chiropractors.
Yeah.
Holy crap, it's already 3:09.
Yeah.
I gotta leave in a half hour to go pick up hubby from work.
Alright. How about we just go until you have to leave? Because I'm having fun.
That sounds good to me.
Alright. 3.
So what else do you guys want to talk about?
Forgot how much I liked this music. Oh yeah, I gotta remember to put this in the description. That's right.
Yep, don't forget.
I will not forget. Must always give credit to
Why
artists.
did my music stop at random?
Mm.
And of course it stopped on that beautiful sound.
Good.
Now I just get to hear background screams. O'Laren says, I wasn't able to watch SpongeBob as a kid, but I cannot get the chocolate bit out of my head. You know what? That might be my favorite part. That might be my favorite quote.
That's a good one.
Did someone say chocolate?
I love it.
Saucer Sauce says, thoughts on Funko Pops?
They're okay. They look good in the box, but when you pull them out, they look really cheap and just kind of unsatisfying.
I have 2 Funko, well, technically 3 Funko Pops that I like. There's my Pride Ursula sitting on my shelf staring over me in judgment.
Good.
And then there's my miniature 4th Doctor, Doctor Who Funko. And there's also a Funko that came out for Warhammer that was a blank Funko that you could spray down and paint for yourself. So I actually painted it after my custom Space Marine chapter. So those are my 3 Funko Pops I like, and I haven't found any others I like since.
I only own 2. Someone, Corv, actually gifted me the college version of Randall Boggs. And he's currently packed away, but I still own him. And then I also have the mini Malcolm from Jurassic Park that came in the Funko cereal that they made that was black and turned your poop green.
Very nice. Shauna says, have you ever bought a U2s before?
I have not.
I have. I bought the Unis Honest Hourglass one.
Oh, I'm kind of jealous. I want Unis Honest stuff.
Right?
I love Unis Honest. Actually, a fun thing, Doof was showing me a bunch of Gorillaz stuff last night, and when Song Machine came out in 2020, when it actually Was it 2020? It was near the end of Unis Honest, basically, and I remember listening, like, to Désolé, like, a lot, like, in between, trying to binge watch any of the Unis Honest episodes that I had missed before the end. So I actually associate that particular song with Unis Honest.
Oh, there you go. If you missed any of the videos, I actually ripped all of them so I can send you any of the ones you missed.
Naughty.
Extremely, but do you want to know why I have them? It's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I got them all to put them on all on a single flash drive that I would then go ahead and do like a resin pour to make a really cool Unis Honest themed flash drive and then bury it in a time capsule.
That's actually really cool. I like that.
Yeah, so like in 10 years the plan was like dig it up and rewatch Unis Honest after 10 years.
That's really cool. I think, oh god, my favorite, I don't know why this one's my favorite, but my favorite is the Gongoozler.
Oh gosh, the freaking Gongoozler. I will admit, I was a big fan of He Who.
Oh my god, I love He Who. Their entire camp series was fantastic.
There's actually a He Who reference in the In Space with Markiplier Part 2.
Yeah, there is.
I love it so much. I died laughing.
I love the murmur. It's just nipples.
Right?
I called in from work on the last day of Unis Honest when they did the 12-hour long stream, and I stayed for the entire stream.
Good. I actually recorded the entire stream.
Oh.
Because I knew I was going to have to be in and out because I had to take hubby to work and all that, and I wanted to make sure that I saw everything.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Alex is asking me who my favorite Capenna boss from the new Magic the Gathering expansion is. I actually have not seen anything from the new expansion yet. And I feel bad about that because I used to be very up on my game on MTG.
Mm-hmm.
Frownatic asks, have you done a video talking about Zavy like you have for Cal/Fairy Floss? Can't remember.
I have not yet, because I am trying to get this original concept rolling a little bit more before I do that, because it will not actually be a FNAF video. It will be for the original concept, and I will actually be redoing Fairy Flosses because, Fairy Floss is actually no longer a Sona character. She is straight up a character at this point. So I'm gonna have to redo certain aspects of her lore video because now it will have to fit into this new concept. And so there's going to be lore, like, character videos involving them now in the new place instead of at FNAF. So that's the only reason why I haven't done Zavy's lore video yet, is because it's not gonna be FNAF. It's gonna be, should I tell them what the name is of the new one?
You definitely can. I don't think it'll spoil too much.
It shouldn't. So the new concept is called Star Palace. So it's going to be them for Star Palace rather than for FNAF.
I'm so excited for Star Palace. I'm just beyond excited, guys. You will love when Calen starts putting out some of the lore stuff. You'll love it.
I've worked very hard on this.
It shows. There is so much love in it.
Thank you. I've thought very, very long and hard on a lot of this stuff. And, like, even though I haven't necessarily written a lot of it down, I've just been sitting here working out a lot of stuff in my head. I actually need to find someone who can do logo design, because I am not good at it, but I already, like, can picture what I want the logo to be. And so I need to find someone who can help me with a Star Palace logo.
Yeah. Not a bad plan.
Yeah. In which I can basically do a quick, like shitty sketch of it and be like, this is what I want, but pretty. Make it nice.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Douglas Skartz is asking what my Warhammer army is. I play several armies, but my two mains right now are Necrons for 40k and Nighthaunts for Age of Sigmar.
Mm-hmm.
Saucer Sauce wants to know if I play Metroid. The last Metroid game I played was Metroid Prime way back on Game Boy.
Mm-hmm.
Douglas says, fairy floss is love, fairy floss is life. Everyone's excited about the name Star Palace.
That's the thing, because if the Zavy body pillow does well enough, I may have Mango help me with body pillows for fairy floss as well, and maybe the new character.
Please make one of the new characters. I'm dying for it.
You really
I am
like
dying
them.
for it.
You really like them.
I really do. I love them so much.
I don't have a release date, Douglas, because I am. First off, we're waiting for the panels to be finished for the Zavy animatic, because the Zavy animatic literally represents the death of the FNAF canon and the start of the new canon. So I'm actually going to be taking about a week off starting on the 1st of next month. And I will be hardcore doing some writing. I will actually be, like, writing everything out and doing outlines, because it's going to be multiple short stories involving these characters. Yeah, Zavy's still an animatronic. Zavy can't not be an animatronic. I call them bots more than animatronics, though, because when you actually think about an animatronic, the bots that we now have in FNAF are not animatronics anymore, because of the fact that they do get up and they move around and they have AIs. So I'm thinking of them as just like a straight up robot instead of an animatronic. But yeah, he is still a bot. Star Palace is such a good name. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Right, because animatronics are stationary, aren't they?
Yeah, they're rooted to whatever stage they're on. And there are some that, like, if you look up the ride for Frozen that they have over in Epcot, they do have an animatronic of Olaf who walks, and it's really cool looking, but he's still rooted to his stage. Like, there's still a piece on the bottom that he's connected to that moves him. Like, they stay in one spot. And they don't have AIs. They just have you know, their programs that they do over and over again.
Saucer Sauce says, what do you think about Human Luna?
I don't actually like the Human Luna design, but that's just because I prefer her as a hellhound. Human Luna's whatever.
I can agree with that.
Yeah. I love how people
everyone is very excited and Snoozy is freaking out.
I am very glad that you guys are excited. That's the thing, the bots are the main characters of Star Palace. There will be human characters in the background, but they are not the focus. The entire focus is on the bots, because the bots do have fully functioning AIs, and they do have feelings. They do have feelings and thoughts. And it's them dealing with those feelings and thoughts.
I love that. And guys, I have tried to be a sounding board for Calen's ideas. It is so well developed. You guys are going to love it.
Thank you.
Beyond excited.
I'm very excited. I definitely need to either look more into sound design or look into someone who can help me with that. I definitely I'm gonna try and start up some Kickstarters once I have some things that I can give out as thank yous, because I know that usually Kickstarters will promise people things if they donate higher tiers kind of things. So I need to do my research on that, because once I fully bring Star Palace out in front of everybody, I'm gonna be cool, Kickstarters for songs. I actually would really like it if each bot had their own song. I want them to sing, and I want background music and stuff like that, and I want an opening sequence, which means that I will obviously have to pay an animator and the person who's making the music, and so I'm just I'm definitely gonna need to basically beg people for money.
We will get there though.
Mm-hmm.
Saucer Sauce wants to know, are you a brony?
Yes and no. I do enjoy My Little Pony, but I don't know if I did go to the last BronyCon. I went to 2 different BronyCons. I definitely had a crush on Discord. I enjoyed the show, but I don't know if I'd fully label myself as a brony.
Yeah, I actually missed the entire My Little Pony, everything My Little Pony. I know Rainbow Dash and Pinkie Pie, and that's it. Also, Nixus asking the real question, Snoozy, where's the snazzy art?
Snoozy. Snoozy, you promised me art. Where is it, Snoozy? You said you'd show us. Where's the art, Snoozy? Where is it? Where is it? I want it. Give it to me.
Everyone wants the snazzy arts.
Snoozy, you can totally use those as extra entries for the Zavy body pillow giveaway. Just saying. By the way, guys, that's still open. Link is down in the description if you'd like to enter to win a Zavy body pillow. Case, rather, not the full pillow, but the case. Just saying.
Guys, I am so excited to see who winds up getting it. Whose bed is going to be graced by a Daki?
Everyone say thank you to Nex, because Nex is the one who paid for the case that is being used in the giveaway. Say thank you, Nex.
I did my best.
For blessing us with this beautiful thing.
Snoozy, there's no help for you.
There's no saving you. You made the mistake of admitting that you had at least 20 drawings that you hadn't shown me, and now I want to see them. There we go, there's all the thank you.
Y'all are welcome. Y'all are welcome. I really wanted to see, you know, giveaways are fun, and I wanted to make sure that if I could contribute in some way to at least, you know, get Star Palace a little bit further out there and get more eyes on it, then, you know, what's $60 for another body pillow?
I appreciate you, friend, and I'm sure everybody else appreciates you very much.
I still laugh every time I see Daddy next. Like, because I'm Pop Cosmic, everyone started calling me Pop and Papa, but Daddy is still one of the new ones for me.
Father, please. Oh, Daddy. God, that just reminds me of the voice that, like, Mango and I do constantly when we like something. We just look at each other and just go, Daddy, like, oh.
Yeah. I still, for some reason, that brought Carmen Gia into my head, and now I'm just thinking about trying to hire someone to impersonate Carmen Gia for Spicer.
I love it. I love that.
Because, like, the original voice I had for Spicer was actually me doing a bit of a falsetto with a fake accent trying to be fancy, but I think it would be so much better if I hire someone.
Yeah. Daddy like the Zavy.
Daddy really liked the Zavy.
Zavy is a daddy. He wasn't originally,
oh, yes.
And then all the jokes started being made, and I was like, well, this is canon now.
Daddy likey dummy.
Oh, I can work with that. Daddy likey dummy. That's the thing. It all started because of the one that actually G-Knight is working on the panels for now. It was a mud consumer TikTok, and it's the end of it just, fine, Daddy, mad! And, like, I joked about, like, Zavy doing that, and then suddenly all the Daddy TikToks started happening, and Reed was, like, voicing those, and I was just like, well, this is a thing now.
Did you just call me Daddy?
You've got issues that I like. Yeah.
I love that freaking TikTok, though. Them doing that to Megatron.
Yes. That was fantastic. Oh, man.
Levi, Zavy can be my daddy.
He will be.
Zavy went from a cool clown to a thirst trap, and I am not complaining.
He really did. What I find funny is that actually, it works out very well because more people watch those videos. That's why I jokingly did the poll where I was like, who do you like more, Cloud or Zavy? Because if you go by the numbers of the videos, Cloud's videos are actually watched considerably less than Zavy's are, and it's because most of Zavy's are thirst traps.
Everyone loves a good clown thirst trap.
Yeah, and so, like, this isn't saying that, like, Cloud's videos are worse than Zavy's because I put a lot of work into editing those ones, especially like the sad one involving Nimbus. I put a lot of sound design work into that one, and I love how that one came out. But yeah, no, Cloud's videos usually get a good like 2,000 or more less than Zavy's videos get on views. It's very interesting to watch, actually. And so I find it funny that people voted more for Cloud, considering that more people watch Zavy's videos.
Yeah, though I think a lot of people were voting Cloud out of spite because of the fact that Reed was going, "You all must vote for Zavy!"
That's true, and it's hilarious.
It really is. Oh, May wants to know, what's your favorite hell of a quote?
I don't know.
I know what mine
is.
Lines? Fair. I know what mine is, though, and you won't be even remotely surprised.
Yeah?
Do you want to take a guess at my favorite quote?
Just say it.
Jelly sandwiches all night.
Yeah.
Who's surprised? No one.
No one. You love Stolas.
I do. I love him so much.
I do find it funny that, like, you kind of liked Stolas, and then I started writing him for you, and suddenly you were like, oh no, I really like Stolas.
You know, sometimes it just takes that for a hyperfixation. And to be fair, the same thing actually happened with Zavy and Carl. Because Heisenberg, it took 3 times watching playthroughs of the game before I actually liked him and I was suddenly hooked.
Yeah.
And then Zavy, I didn't really get interested in him until after you hired Reed as a voice actor and started doing thirst traps.
Yeah.
Stolas, I got interested in and made a whole character and everything, but like the hyperfixation started when you started writing him for me.
Hi.
Hi, I am here. I am this tiny writer. Hiding under my desk.
Yeah. But hey, it just shows how good you are at playing a character.
Yeah, true. Which I appreciate. I like that. I like writing. I love coming up with characters.
Did someone say Heisenberg?
Oh
only
God.
the Heisenberg's #1 simp.
Yeah, I actually changed Nex's name in the YouTube Discord server to #1 Heisenberg simp, like the instant that we opened it up.
Yeah, and I was just like, yeah, I guess that's suitable.
So all of you can actually thank Snoozy for Zavy becoming as big as he has. Because I didn't like my own character's design at first. Like, I liked the design, but I didn't like how I drew him. So I drew him out, and then I was just like, you know, I don't really know if I like this character. Here's all the lore that I came up with for him, but I don't really know if I'm going to do anything with him. And then I literally was prepared to just move on, and then Snoozy drew him, and I was like, oh no, I actually really like his design. Like, I really like it now, because it looks pretty. I didn't like when I first drew it, because to me it kind of looked like a child drew it. And I know that, like, everybody's just like, oh, it's not that bad, but I didn't like it. And then Snoozy drew him, and I was like, ooh, I really like him now. And then Frazzy drew him, and I was just like, oh no, okay, here it goes. And then I just kept rolling forward.
Also, I just looked at the Discord, and I think you'll laugh over this. Brown asks, can someone please link me the Zavy ref? I can't find it at the moment. And Snoozy just jumps in, throwing the ref straight up in the Discord.
Oh my god, the one that Frazzy made?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I glanced over at the Discord and laughed.
Ooh, should I give them the sneak peek of the Fairy Floss ref that just got finished?
You definitely could.
Alright, so in order to make sure that I don't have to redo the size of my thing, hold on one second, I'm just gonna do a window capture because that'll make it easier. Sneak peek time!
Can't argue with more sneak peeks.
Yeah, check this out. Don't mind all of my windows being open. I've been doing a lot of research on how to, roller skate without killing myself on accident. So, like, how to stop. But yeah, here's the fairy floss. I actually can't look at the chat while I've got this up because otherwise it'll change the window over. But what's everyone think?
Oh, everyone's excited. We've got, oh, fairy looks precious. We want fairy floss. Pog. Yes! OMG, yes. Gorgeous. Aw. Ooh. Fairy floss kind of thick.
Oh yeah, she's thick.
Yeah, fairy floss is amazing. I love her in this style.
Yes. She's a lot of fun. Also, I'm glad that, like, people can probably finally see the fact that she's wearing pants and not a skirt, because a lot of people thought it was a skirt at first, and I'm like, nope, it's pants. So, fun fact, apparently, while Frazzy was drawing this, their brother walked by and literally stopped and stared and was like, who is that? And apparently now Frazzy's brother is simping over fairy floss.
That's hilarious.
So, like, every time he'd walk by, he'd stop and be like, and then keep going.
That's great.
But yeah, she's thick. She got that Pixar mom booty.
Shauna says Zavy and Fairy with those wasp hips.
Yeah. Yeah. I still can't get over Mango looking at Zavy being like, that bitch built like a wasp.
I mean, honestly.
Alright, there we go. I'm gonna pull that
Built
down
like
now.
a wasp is very nice.
Yeah, I like me some big hips, okay?
Gee, I couldn't tell with the other character you showed me.
I didn't even give them that big of a hips. They've got much smaller hips in comparison to Zavy and Fairy Floss. And I love that, like, your first thing that you said was they have very fuckable hips.
Yes, because you say that all the time. Hell, it's what you said about Cecil the first time you saw him.
Yeah, you're right, I did. It was funny. I just wasn't expecting it. Because I was looking at this character and I was like, oh, they're smaller, they're cuter, and then suddenly you were like, you said that, and I was like, ha!
But also remember that the pants you drew make them hips look so much wider than anyone else.
Oh yeah, they do. But that's the thing, they're puffy pants. It's specifically a puffy pants style.
I know. I love your thick bots.
I like thick. Thick is good.
Oh yeah, everyone's loving it.
Yeah. I already pulled it down so that way I can kind of sort of see the chat again, even though it's blurry. You know.
Oh yeah, I gotcha. I actually should probably get ready to go.
Alrighty, so we will go ahead and end the stream here, friends. Thank you all so much for coming and hanging out with us and listening to my weird stories and talking about massage and getting your little sneak peek here. But yeah. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for joining us, guys.
Alrighty, friends. We'll see you in the next mess.
Later, Gators.
Gators. Computer, let me end the stream, please.
Computer says no, must stream forever.
Computer is literally freezing and not letting me end the stream. Ah!
Oh no, not again.
I can't. End, please. End.
Oh no.